Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Yes Network, the home of champions.
It is a sweltering Tuesday evening here in New York City. A big crowd expected here at the stadium. The Yankees were hot last night, and they are looking for more of the same tonight. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's defending world champion New York Yankees against the Oakland Athletics in the second game of a four-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with John Flaherty and Constantino Martinez. I'm Michael Kay. It was all Yankees yesterday. They fell behind early, but never looked back. And thanks to a couple of switch hitters, the offense was clicking.
Well, Mark Teixeira missed a game and a half with that right thumb bone bruise, but he came back last night swinging a hot bat. Home run number 29, a line drive into the seats in right field. And this is probably a better sign. Going the other way, a deep drive to left center, a double. He had 3 hits on the night. But Nick Swisher, you can bat him second, you can bat him fifth, you can bat him seventh. It does not matter. He has a simple swing all year, driving a ball to center field, another ball to left center, hitting left-handed, a couple of doubles, 3 RBIs. He ended up with 3 hits on the night, just what the Yankees needed offensively last night.
Hey, when the lineup has 3, 4, and 5 that really nails it, you know what? You score a lot of runs. John told you about Teixeira and Swisher in the middle. Cano batting fourth. He seems to like it there. 3 for 4, a home run, 3 ribbies, and 3 runs scored. Let's look now at tonight's New York Lottery pitching matchup. Local kid from New Jersey, Vin Mazzaro, will get the start for the A's, 6-6 with a 3.61. Phil Hughes goes for the Yankees, 15-6 with a 4.12. His last start, Tino, for Phil Hughes, not that great.
Yeah, probably his worst start of the season. Lasted just over 3 innings pitched, walked 5 hitters, and his location was terrible. Here you see a fastball right out over the middle of the plate there. Vernon Wells hammers in right center. Fastball up in the zone right here. Home run to left. He's got to find a way tonight to incorporate the rest of his pitches. His changeup, his curveball. He's got to find a way to get back in that groove, get the hitters back off balance, and have a good outing and give the Yankees some innings tonight.
And Marcus Thames, well, everybody wants to be like Marcus Thames. It's great to be great. He's been great for a long stretch. We'll talk about it next on segment 2.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Movie? Call, pack, kick back. That's all it takes to move your DirecTV. One call before moving, pack your receiver, and we do the rest. Just call, pack, kick back, and get 5 months of our best TV package for free, including all our premium movie channels, and ask about our exclusive NFL Sunday ticket offer. So make your move easy. Call DirecTV.
Segment 2, everybody, and we are moments away from the first pitch of Game 2 of this 4-game set. That's Tino Martinez. I'm Michael Kay, and John Flaherty will rejoin us in just a moment. Tino, I remember when you played and you were hot. You're just happier guy. So right now, Marcus Thames couldn't be happier than he is, right?
Oh, he's got to be excited right now. Just every time he steps in the box, he's so comfortable. He's so relaxed. He's seeing the ball big, and no matter what they throw, here you see a left-handed slider down and in, down and away. He's just pounding everything out of the ballpark. Up and away. It doesn't matter what kind of pitch you throw. Any time in the count, he's just hammering it. And last night, 97 miles an hour. Right down the middle. Drops the head on the bat. Big home run. the hottest guy in the Yankee lineup right now, just carrying the Yankee offense on his shoulders.
And you know what? You have to ride him if you're the Yankees. That's exactly what they're doing every day. He's the DH. His last 6 games tells you why. 9 for 21, 6 of the 9 home runs, and 11 runs batted in. Not too bad. Well, Phil Hughes would like some offense from Marcus Timms. Phil Hughes tries to bounce back from a subpar outing. When we get back, lineups, first pitch, baseball, next on Yes.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 RX 350 for $449 a month for 36 months with $41.48 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Day one storm, and it was beautiful. So look, see the sights that you like.
AT&T covers 97% of all Americans. AT&T, rethink possible. Buy a Pantech messaging phone like the Impact and get a Pantech messaging phone free after mail-in rebate.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Come out to Yankee Stadium to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees in action. Bring your clients, employees, or business associates out to the stadium for a corporate outing and enjoy Yankees baseball in a private game day suite or in one of our great group locations. Visit Yankees.com, call 646-977-8900, or email suites@yankees.com. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 HS250H for $319 a month for 36 months with $40.18 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Domino's. Order an inspired Domino's pizza at Domino's.com and track it all the way to your front door with Domino's Tracker. By Raymore and Flanagan, furnishing your style with a guaranteed delivery of 3 days or less. And by IOTV. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV. Hot, humid evening here in New York City. Crowd filing in. Should be another big house of over 45,000. Yankees against the A's. Yankees have taken the field. Let's take a look at the A's starting lineup, which is presented by Lexus. A's are 65 and 65. They lead off their center fielder, Coco Crisp. Derek Barton at first. Kurt Suzuki will catch. Jack Cuss, the DH, cleans up. Batting fifth and playing third base, Kevin Kuzmanov. Mark Ellis at second base, batting sixth. Number 7 hitter, left fielder, Jeff Larish. Rajay Davis in right field will hit eighth. Batting ninth and playing shortstop is Cliff Pennington. So Phil Hughes is ready, and so is Coco Crisp. So let's do it here at Yankee Stadium. The big right-hander deals a strike, and we are underway. Let's take a look at the numbers on Phil Hughes. 15 and 6, less than a hit per inning, 122 strikeouts. Opponents hit 251 against him. We'll get our scouting report in just a moment. The 0-1. Grounded foul. Let's take a look at the scouting report, Tino.
This is a bounce-back start for Phil Hughes, coming off his worst outing, allowing 5 walks in 3 2/3 innings pitched. He has to find a way to put away these Oakland A hitters. Opponents have been fouling off over 202 strike pitches over the last few starts, and he's got to find a way to get that pitch count down by changing speeds. He has to change speeds, uses curveball and changeup in order to keep the hitters off balance and find a way to get quicker outs.
Breaking ball just misses outside. He's had trouble with 2 strikes, and he's had trouble with 2 outs.
Well, his last start against the Blue Jays had a real good fastball, too, 95, 96, but he just kept coming at the Blue Jay hitters, and he was giving up some home runs, some hits.
Fouled away, and there's one of those two-strike foul balls that Tino talked about.
Yeah, foul balls. Like John said, he's throwing too many fastballs, one back-to-back-to-back, too many in a row where the hitters get the timing down. Even though they can't square it up, they foul it off, and before you know it, his pitch count is too high, and he gets in a little bit of trouble.
You want to keep Crisp off the bases. 22 stolen bases for him. Missed outside with the off-speed. Now, with 2 outs, he's allowed 36 runs, and there's the stat on the 2-strike foul balls. And with 1 out or no outs, he's allowed 29 runs. So he, pitch-wise, out-wise, he's been unable to just put away the opposition. 2-2. Foul back. What is it, John? Do you have to change speeds to get that 2-strike out?
You know, you have to be a special pitcher to stand on a major league mound and just keep pumping fastball after fastball. And Tino talked a little bit last night about a straight fastball. That's what Phil Hughes has. I mean, it's 95, but it's pretty true. He's got to mix in some changeups and some curveballs.
There's a ground ball to second. Cano retires crisp, and there's one away. Let's take a look at the A's defense. I've checked at the Yankees defense against the A's, brought to you by Mercedes. In the outfield, Gardner, Granderson, and Swisher. That's left to right. Infield, Pena, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira third to first. Posada is behind the plate, and we've talked about Phil Hughes on the mound.
And you know what, Michael? We're not saying Phil Hughes to turn into kind of a finesse pitcher, but just show some other pitches, even if they're for balls. And if you don't want to get beat with your changeup, fine, throw it down. It'll get you off the fastball, Tino.
Exactly. You know, it might be his third or fourth best pitch. He has to show it just to put it in the back of the hitter's minds.
Good start there. A little get me over curveball.
Now, just to expand on the 2-strike foul ball note that Tino gave you, 235 2-strike pitches. So where does that rate? Well, that's the second most in Major League Baseball. The most, it's a quality pitcher, Justin Verlander, who's at 265, a guy who pumps fastballs in there.
Yep.
The 1-1. Foul back.
That's a good fastball right there on the inner half. Now he's got him set up for a curveball away and changeup. He can throw whatever he wants right here, even waste a fastball.
I think the changeup is really the big pitch. And in spring training, I remember, was why he made the rotation, because of the changeup, the development. I think Phil doesn't want to get beat with it.
That was off speed. Foul ball.
And I was talking to manager Joe Girardi before the game, talking about his curveball. I think he has a great curveball. It's a little 12-6. It's got great rotation on it, and he can throw it for strikes. You've seen him throw it first pitch right here for a strike, get me over, and he can do that quite a bit and get quite a few strikes out of it.
Missed inside. Fastball at 94 tonight. Count 2-2.
Well, Tino, you talked in the scouting report, a little rebound start. This is what I want to see from Phil Hughes, because he had pretty good stuff in Toronto and got beat up a little bit. How's he going to respond here tonight?
Fouled away. There've been 4 2-strike foul balls already. And the 2-2. Now Hughes has 15 wins, and he's one of 3 active pitchers to win 15 games as a starter after appearing in at least 40 games in relief the previous season. The other 2, Derek Lowe from 01 to 02, and Ryan Dempster from 07 to 08. 3-2. Still 3-2.
And as a hitter, Michael, when you're up there and you know a guy's got a fastball and a curveball and he's going to keep throwing fastballs at you, it makes it a lot easier to sit on certain pitches. But when he throws a few changeup, just to put a seed in your mind, he may throw a changeup here. It changes your whole level of comfortability there at the plate.
See, Phil Hughes tied for second in the American League with 15 wins. Sabathia with 18 leads. And Derek Barton works a walk. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. There's Kurt Suzuki. 16 hits in his last 89 at bats as his average is going down. Count 1-0.
We talked last night. The A's will not intimidate you offensively. I think after last night with Larish's home run, 82 home runs on the year. They run the bases a little bit better, more aggressive. But if you're Phil Hughes, you can just come right at this lineup. Throw strikes with the off-speed pitches. Try to get some strikeouts with the fastball.
Strike.
And he should have some pretty good memories. The second start of the year, he threw a one-hitter in Oakland, had 10 strikeouts in that ball game. So should be a pretty good matchup. Tied with the Mariners for 82. Bob Guerin, the manager, has to manufacture some runs, hit and run, steal some bases.
Suzuki used to wear number 24, and that was retired by the A's when Ricky Henderson called it quits, and he took number 8 because of Yogi Berra. He said, "Call me Yogi Suzuki." That hasn't caught on. He's still curt.
He's about 10 rings to get in that Yogi status.
Yes, he does. Count 2-1.
John, as a catcher, Michael talked about last night, he could be wearing down. That's why his average may be dropping. When you're catching late in the season like that, you seem to get a little more tired hitting or catching behind the plate.
Definitely hitting. You know, mentally you're in the game behind the plate. Hitting, you kind of feel yourself dragging a little bit. You know, and there's a difference right there too. A fastball and a hitter's count. You're just kind of, the bat head doesn't get there like it did early on. A little abbreviated leg kick and just a little bit behind on the fastball. Be interested to see what pitch is coming here. He's had a pretty good curveball, Phil Hughes has early on.
Pitch inside and 3-2, and just as Tino predicted, here's a high pitch count in this inning, and that's why he might be in danger of becoming a 5-inning pitcher. If he's going to average 20 pitches per inning, you do the math.
And although the Yankees just used one reliever last night in Javier Vasquez, I'm sure they'd love for Phil Hughes to go deep in this game and keep that bullpen fresh.
This could be a double play. This will help him out. There's one. And there's two. That's a 10th double play that Hughes has induced this year. A's nothing, and the Yankees coming to bat.
So why are over 1,000 people a day switching to Chevrolet?
I need something I can rely on, so the warranty is a big deal.
It covers you for $40,000 more than Honda and Toyota. It's the Chevrolet Summer Event. You may want to call dibs.
Get 0% APR for 72 months or $5,000 cash back on 2010 Silverado half-ton extended and crew cab models. Or qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on this Traverse LS for around $299 a month. Call for details. Call 877-64-CHEVY.
Well, Phil Hughes puts a 0 up in the top of the first. Now it's a Yankee offense turn against Vin Mazzaro. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, which is presented by Lexus. Yankees are a season-high 31 games over 500. They lead off their left fielder, Brett Gardner. The captain, the shortstop, Derek Jeter, bats second. Batting third and playing first is Mark Teixeira. Robinson Cano, comfortable at cleanup, he'll play second. Nick Swisher's in right field, batting fifth. Batting sixth and catching, Jorge Posada. Marcus Timms, the DH, will bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing center field, Curtis Granderson. And the number 9 hitter is Ramiro Pena. He'll play third. Let's take a look at the numbers on the New Jersey kid, Vin Mazzaro. 19 games, 16 starts, 6-6, 3.61, less than a hit per inning, and opponents hit .259 against him. Tino, now the scouting report.
Said it, Michael, from Hackensack, New Jersey, has over 100 family and friends in the stands tonight, so he's got to keep his emotions in check. He's got a power sinker and a good slider down. I think he has to keep the ball down in the zone, and hopefully he learned last night from Cahill what the Yankees can do if you elevate the ball. And the Yankee lefties, they got a great group of lefties in the lineup tonight that are not only hot, but they're patient hitters, and they will work the count and make him elevate the ball.
So Vin was born in Hackensack and grew up in Rutherford, which is kind of close. All within spitting distance of the new Meadowlands Stadium. Here's Brett Gardner, 389 on base percentage. The pitch is outside. Gardner likes leading off, hitting 321 in 14 games at the top of the lineup this year. The Yankees are 18-4 against the A's since the start of 2008, 37-18 since the start of 2004. Count 2-1.
When you're from New Jersey or New York and you play for an opposing team and you have maybe one start a year in Yankee Stadium in front of all your family members and friends, a packed house, it's got to be exciting, but you have to find a way to stay calm. It's not like going to, to pitch down in Tampa or somewhere where you might have, 10,000, 11,000 people there and your family may be there, but to have them all here at Yankee Stadium in your hometown.
How do you fight being overly geeked, though?
I can't imagine that. Being in Yankee Stadium from New York, I'd be overly pumped as well.
Slapped into left field. It's a base hit. Larish will get the ball in quickly. So a leadoff single for Gardner, and the ball is thrown away, but it bounces right back to Barton as Gardner leads off with a single. Let's take a look at the A's defense, brought to you by Mercedes. You've got Larish, Crisp, and Davis left to right in the outfield. Infield, Kuzmanov, Pennington, Ellison, Barton, third to first, Suzuki behind the plate. Mazzaro's on the mound. John, I should ask you, you did come into Yankee Stadium.
You know what, Michael? It's so much easier when you're a position player and you get up 4 times. I mean, I just looked at it. I'm going to go up there and swing as hard as I can 4 times, enjoy it. If I get a base hit, all the family's happy, and then just concentrate on catching. I can't imagine being a starting pitcher where the focus is on you. The whole game relies on your shoulders.
Pitch to Jeter is inside.
But you know what? He's a Bergen County guy, so he's tough, Michael. All the Bergen County, was he Rutherford High School, I believe?
Rutherford High.
Yes.
All tough kids in Bergen County. Elevated high school baseball. Be able to step right on the mound at Yankee Stadium and compete.
Now, you're saying that, you're not even a Bergen County guy, so you must have respect.
I went to high school in Bergen County, St. Joseph Regional. The Green Knights. I don't think we ever competed against Rutherford High School.
I'm a Bergen County guy too. I lived there my first 3 years as a Yankee and really enjoyed it.
Runner goes. There's a strike. Throw to second. Not in time. That goes into center field. Now, Suzuki has really struggled this year throwing people out. He's now 9 of 62, which is about 14%.
Yeah, well, Brett Gardner gets a good jump. But if you watch Suzuki and his mechanics, he catches the ball, then there's like a little hesitation and then a low throw. I mean, he's not moving towards second base as the pitch is coming to him. He's kind of got dead feet. And that would explain why those numbers are low. He's got a strong throwing arm. He just needs a little momentum going towards second base.
The only catcher that has a lower percentage of catching runners trying to steal, Francisco Cervelli. Gardner is 38th stolen base. And in this game, got 2 of the top 5. Rajai Davis right ahead of him. 3-1. 3-2. We detailed yesterday Derek struggles at the plate. 1 for his last 22 and 2 for his last 27. So he's worked the count full. His average of 268 is the lowest average he's ever had on this date in his career. So trying to snap out of this.
I watched him hit batting practice today and yesterday, and he looked very good up there. He was hitting the ball very hard to right center, left center. He's just got to get those hits in the game to get your confidence level up there and find ways to get himself in that groove again, because his mechanics are solid.
Just missed outside, so Jeter walks. Not smart to put the first 2 runners on base in this lineup with Teixeira as hot as he is coming up. Let's look at the game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. A very hot day in New York. It's pretty hot evening, 91 degrees. Humidity 38%. The wind's out of the north-northwest at 6 miles per hour. And the forecast is warm and clear.
Tino, in the scouting report, you talked about his power sinker. I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that here with Mark Teixeira trying to get a ground ball.
Runners go. Throw to second. Not in time. Double steal. So you can see their game plan with Suzuki behind the plate.
Well, Brett Gardner gets a good jump, and Suzuki knows he does not have a play at third, so he goes to second. And again, it's a strong throw. He's got a good arm. He just does not have a lot of momentum moving towards second base. And that's going to cost them here as it's a bang-bang play, and Derek Jeter is in there safely. Kind of sits back.
Grounded, foul, and slick move there by Cano to actually get his bat on the foul ball in the on-deck circle.
Look at those 29 home runs, 5th in the American League. I was thinking Mark Teixeira last night. You have 3 hits. You hit your 29th home run. All of a sudden you got second and third. Tino put the ball in play, cash in.
Yep, you know right here, ground ball to second base does the job.
And that one plunks Teixeira, and that'll load the bases. So an inauspicious beginning for Vin Mazzaro.
A good hard slider down in right here. Just really tried to bury it down in the zone and caught Teixeira right on that foot right there. But then again, it could be a case of them returning home with a bunch of people in the stands. Just can't find his groove to get comfortable early on.
It looks like he has a good power slider too. Tried to throw it down and in, just yanked it a little bit. So now you have Mark dealing with what, a bruised thumb, and now he's going to have a bruised right foot.
So bases loaded, and here is Cano. Cano batting cleanup with the absence of Alex Rodriguez. How much does he like batting cleanup? You see his overall numbers. Cleanup 27 for 75, 360, 7 homers and 23 ribbies in 19 games. Pitch outside.
And we talk about how hot Marcus Thames has been the last 6, 7, 8 games. You know, Robinson Cano's been doing this all season long. Hitting in the clutch, just nice and relaxed at bats, getting good balls to hit, and just cashing in when he has the opportunity.
And Mazzaro deals a strike. Cano has hit the ball out twice with the bases loaded this year. One was against Cleveland, and this one is against Seattle. Cano with the bases loaded, 8 for 13. That's 615 with 21 runs batted in. And the team as a whole has 10 grand slams, which is tied for the team record. With the bases loaded, the Yankees at 400 as a team with 10 grand slams.
I think back, Robinson had terrible numbers with the bases loaded, right? Was it last year?
Yeah.
Really figured it out this year.
Count 2-2.
You know, I'm watching the defensive alignment too, and Coco Crisp is shading Robinson towards right center. See the career numbers with the bases loaded, and it looks like Mazzaro trying to pound Robinson Cano inside, but a lot of room out in left center field, and a swing that we've seen from Robinson. Very easy for him to go the other way and drive the ball. Looks like the A's have a scouting report to try to crowd him inside off the plate.
Mazzaro sets, and the 2-2 fouled away.
We talked about it quite a bit in spring training as well. Robinson Cano hitting in the 5th spot coming out of spring training, and how he had to be more selective with men in scoring position. He used to just chase balls, the first pitch, maybe a sinker down away, he'd roll over on it, get himself out. This year he's taking a lot more pitches, been a lot more patient, and his productivity shows.
Last year, Cano 7 for 27 with the bases loaded. That's 258. The 2-2. Just got a piece to stay alive. And look how much more selective he's become. They wanted to walk that tightrope. They like him being aggressive at the plate, but they didn't want him to expand the strike zone. So 48 walks, by far his career high, and there's still a month of the season to go.
See that stat right there? 30 walks in 2009. Not too many walks per month there.
The 2-2 fouled away.
Watch this young kid trying to throw the ball inside to Robinson Cano, and I was always a little leery back there. Bases loaded, short porch in right field. Can this young kid locate inside, or is he going to make a mistake on the inner half that could turn into a grand slam? Execute a pitch inside, you're going to be successful. You miss, Robinson Cano will make you pay. Maybe a lot to ask this young right-hander to do. We'll see.
The 2-2. Quite an at-bat for Cano.
And as a hitter early in the game, especially in the first inning, when you get a chance to come up with the bases loaded and no outs, or second and third no outs, it's probably your favorite situation, because all you have to do is get a ball in the outfield and you at least have an RBI to get the team on top and to give yourself a pretty good at bat going into the rest of the game. It sort of settles you down and covers you there at the plate.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at bat. The 2-2. Now it'll be a 10 pitch at bat.
Hated this as a catcher. Hated the foul balls. Hated the kid making good pitches. Start thinking to yourself back there, man, we just showed him everything we have here in this at bat, and he spoiled it. Now I got to go to a different pitch, something he's probably not comfortable throwing. You're fighting for your life already. You haven't even gotten it out in the first inning.
2-2. Hit sharply to second. They could turn two. There's one, and there's two. A run scores, but Mazzaro will trade those 2 outs for that 1 run. Yankees up 1-0 as Jeter moves to third.
Robinson Cano hits this ball hard right on the screws to Ellis, makes a nice play to Pennington, and they're going to turn it. But you're right, Michael. Mazzaro will take this. Couple outs, traded for a run, and take your chances with Nick Swisher. A great at bat for Robinson Cano. That ball hard.
Mazzaro made a good pitch there to a slider down and in. Fortunately for him, it was down. It wasn't up in the zone. He would have killed it. Probably knocked it out of the ballpark, but instead he put a real good swing on it and hit one of those atom balls you just can't control.
Here's Swisher. Of course, there's no RBI with the double play, but the run counts for the Yankees. And what a difference that makes in how Mazzaro feels right now. He had bases loaded, nobody out. He's thinking, I might give up 3 runs. Now there's 1. He gets an out here, he gave up 1 run. Count 2-0.
Well, from a guy who has some experience catching behind some real good Yankee lineups, you are not out of the woods yet. I mean, you got 2 outs, and you can't start thinking ahead. Like, I've just dodged a bullet here with only 1 run with Nick Swisher and Jorge Posada on deck.
There's a strike.
You'd always relax when the Scott Brociouses came up there, and then the next thing you know, he's driving a big 2-out hit. 100 RBIs.
From the number 9 hole.
Yeah.
The 2-1. 3-1. Mazzaro's pitch count certainly getting up there. 28 pitches here in the first inning.
These are always the counts where you find out about a kid. Is he going to come right at Nick Swisher 3-1 or pitch around him?
Grounded up the middle. Fielded there by Ellis. He bubbles and he loses the play. Jeter scores. It's 2-0 Yankees.
Mazzaro came right at Nick Swisher. You give him credit for that. A little sinker down and away. And very unusual for Ellis, a sure-handed second baseman.
And they give him an error.
Usually he goes to his right on the backhand. That's going to be an easy play for him. You don't see that very often from the Oakland A's second baseman, one of the best. It's a 3rd error on the year.
There's Posada. Lofted to deep left. Giving chase Larish on the run. He won't get there. It's off the wall. Swisher rounds third. He's going to score. Posada's going for three. He's in there. An RBI triple for Posada. And the Yankees lead 3-0. And that bench has the look of Posada just hit a triple.
John, you said it. There's never a break. You never can relax in this lineup. You give the Yankees an extra out like Mark Ellis did there at second base. Jorge Posada comes up, gets a fastball right down the middle, drives it out to left field there, and just misses a home run. I mean, you can't. There's no breaks in this lineup. Ball run away. Pretty good pitch there by Mazzaro on the outer half. Even better job of hitting by Jorge. He stays right on it. That ball's hit a pretty long way there for an outside sinker.
What's he thinking going for three there? I mean, you know, a good throw gets him. But this just cracks me up right here. Now I'm thinking double. I'm going to kick it into another gear. Uh-oh, I don't have another gear. Would have been thrown out, but gets away with it.
It's the crowd. The crowd gets going when the ball's in the air, hits the wall, you get pumped, and you kind of just forget about everything else and think, I'm going for it.
Now we got to listen to him. A triple. He hasn't been thrown out this year.
Long time between triples. April 26th of 2008.
Another catcher who runs well. It's incredible. They're all around the league.
Swing and a miss.
But, you know, as a hitter, I knew it as a hitter, too. When I didn't have a triple the whole year, I wanted one. I wanted to fill up that column. And I usually got one a year almost, except for a couple of years. And I'm sure that might have been going through Jorge's mind as he's around in second base.
The 0-2. Still 0-2. Count 1-2.
Marcus Tim's getting another start, red hot lately. You wonder how long it'll continue, Tino. You almost don't want to think about it or talk about it.
Swing and a miss as he swings through a breaking ball. But the Yankees get 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. The end of 1, 3-0 Yanks.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the AccuCheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
There are over 358 million trillion gallons of water on Earth. But not all water is created equal. Only 1/1000,000,000% is filtered naturally beneath the Earth, with a distinct balance of minerals, and emerges crisp and refreshing enough to be called Poland Spring. Poland Spring 100% natural spring water, born better.
It is time for the Toyota text poll. Tonight's question is, what was your favorite Tino Martinez playoff moment? You can text your vote to 58772. Standard text messaging rates apply. We have 2 choices for you. Was it the home run in the '98 World Series in Game 1 or the home run in the 2001 World Series Game 4? Now, you don't tell us till later, Tino. We don't want you to influence the vote.
I won't influence the vote. I like them both.
That little girl was not around for those home runs.
Nor were a lot of kids here.
First Yankee game. Very nice. Here's Jack Cust. So Phil Hughes has himself a 3-0 lead. Yankees seem to have a propensity to score for Hughes. And when they score 6 or more runs for him, he's 12-0.
It's pretty good. 12-0.
Yep.
What you love about this lead, 3-0 here in top of the second, he can start throwing the secondary pitches and not worry about a mistake costing him the ball game. Just saw a curveball first pitch and a changeup second. Another changeup.
Now, John, I have a trivia question for you.
You know these are not my strength, right?
I think you might know this, though, because you're involved in it. Jorge Posada, Tino Martinez, John Flaherty. List them in order of triples.
For their career?
Yeah.
Ooh. I think I had 2.
Wrong. You had 3.
Oh. Tino probably had about 6.
Oh, come on.
Tino had 21.
That's right.
Was that off? 6, 21? Is that a big difference there?
Well, you know, we talked about it last night. You know, guys have to fall down and whatnot. And playing early in my career in the Kingdome, I would hit some high fly balls to that right field wall. And, you know, they wouldn't go out of the park. They would just hit the top of that wall. And I'd be rounding first base already. That big hop it would take before the right fielder gets it. I'm on my way to third base, so I got some easy triples back then.
21 times they fell down? That's incredible.
Well, that was a majority of them.
And Jorge has 10. 3-2. And Jack Cust walks. So Hughes with his second walk. And that's going to bring up Kevin Kuzminoff.
See Phil Hughes going to a 3-2 breaking ball there to Jack Cust. Missed out of the zone. Good fastball to start off Kuzminoff. Now you hope he goes back to his curveball and keeps using it, although he just walked the guy with it.
Popped up. Swisher puts it away for the first out. Keeping an eye on Tampa and Boston tonight. Toronto with a 1-0 lead in the top of the third. Yankees tied with Tampa top the East, and Baltimore leads Boston 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Yankees and the Rays are tied atop the East for the 8th straight day, and that's a major league record this late in the season for any two teams. In fact, the Yankees have been tied for first place at the end of a day's play 23 times this season. And that sets a new franchise record. The old mark was 22 in 1924. One-0 to Ellis. 2-0. Not too good. 50-50 ball strikes. Foul back. So the count 2-1. Yankees are up 3-0. Now the A's lost last night. They are 16-27 this year in season openers, and then in the second game, or series openers, in the second game of a series, they're 21-21. Count 3-1.
Phil Hughes does not want to be behind in the count like he has been early in this ball game, but like I said before, the A's will not scare you with the long ball. You can challenge in some of these counts. Take your chances.
Nubbed in front of the plate. It's kicked by Ellis. He's out. He was hit by a fair ball, and that means he's out. And they will send the runner back to first base. And the put out is given to Posada.
Good pitch down and away on a hitter's count, 3-1. You can see Ellis coming out, makes contact with the baseball. Obviously in front of home plate and in fair territory. Doug Eddings, a home plate umpire, all over it.
Now, what do you think this is about, John? Why would Island come out now?
I don't know if it's about pitch selection or maybe he saw something mechanically. You know, there was one fastball in that sequence to Ellis where he rushed it and up and in. Maybe Dave Island saw something, wants to correct it.
There's Jeff Larish. Had a home run in yesterday's game. Actually had 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, or a single, a double, and a home run.
We mentioned it a little bit last night. It has an unusual stance. It's almost like a trophy stance, straight up and down. Not a lot of movements in his hands. Has a big leg kick. Looks like he likes the ball down.
Almost like a Japanese hitter, like those guys do. They kind of stand there and have that big leg kick, except Larish has a shorter leg kick, smaller stride, and he has that finish where he just doesn't quite, an abbreviated finish like a Chase Utley.
It's almost like a little leaguer, you know, when you tell him finish your swing, you know, don't stop at contact.
2-1.
Trophy stance, not a lot of movement with the hands. His trigger would be his lower half with that leg kick.
Count 3-1. We're in the second inning. Yankees lead 3-0.
We talked about it in the opener about Phil Hughes, just his location. It's okay to throw a lot of fastballs. He's got a good fastball, but he has to locate it, and he just hasn't been seen to finding the catcher's mitt and finding the spots and locating the ball inside and outside.
Hot shot. Oh, what a nice play by Teixeira. Touches up for the final out. Teixeira flashing the gold glove, hauls that in and takes a base hit away from Larish. Not much reaction time. He gets it in the heel on the backhand and steps on the bag, and the Yankees lead 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the second.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Yankees fans, you still have a chance to buy full season ticket plans to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium for the remainder of the 2010 season. Great locations are still available and include 2010 postseason options. For information, visit Yankees.com or call 718-293-6000. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
I've had 4 Toyotas. My family has had 9, 10, 11 Toyotas, and I think at one point we had up to 15. It's just been an incredible value.
While the value of a Toyota may last, the amazing deals and great selection won't during Toyota's National Clearance Event. And right now at your Toyota dealer, you can get a $249 a month lease on a new 2010 Venza, or choose the safe and reliable 2011 Sienna and get a $269 a month lease. Toyota, value to move you forward.
New real fruit smoothies from McCafe have taken center stage at McDonald's. Spun from real fruit in strawberry, banana, and wildberry. Experience the intense and spectacular burst of fruit starting at just $2.29. The simple joy of real fruit smoothies.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by Accel Express. Enjoy the journey. 2 more games against the A's tomorrow night, then Thursday afternoon. Then 3 day games against the Blue Jays, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. And then 2 day games and 1 night game against the Orioles before the Yankees hit the road again. Curtis Granderson takes a pitch out of the zone. Now the count 2-0. And a strike. Granderson, one hit in his last 16 at bats. And a strike. You know, they've done some reconstruction on Granderson's swing and his approach. And there he goes down looking. And I just wonder, Tino, I mean, he's 30 years old. How easy is that to reinvent his swing at that age?
Well, it's not easy at all, and it's even harder to do it in the middle of the baseball season. You know, you can do it in spring training or in the off season, but hitting coach Kevin Long did a great job of taking him to the batting cages and gave him a couple of days off and just told, you know, Joe Girardi, give me a few days to work with him. And Kevin Long said he was real receptive to it. He changed his stance a little bit. He put his hands back, his weight's back, and he's been able to stay back a little longer and drive the ball to all fields and not be out front and swing those sliders down the way like he was early in the season.
Pena fouls it away.
I think he looks much better, but it's really hard. I don't care what you're hitting to change in the middle of the season after you've had, you know, 200-300 at bats already.
And also when you're coming off a year when you had 30 home runs. The 0-1. 1-1.
Yeah, but he wasn't swinging the bat like a guy who hit 30 home runs last year. And, you know, I was more impressed that Curtis went to Kevin Long and said, listen, you know, do you have anything for me? Let's go to work.
Because Long was more or less thinking during the offseason, right, John?
Yeah.
He was going to hold it off.
But I agree with Tino. I mean, you know, Curtis Granderson right now, even though he just struck out there and is struggling a little bit lately.
Right back to Mazzaro. Two-way.
Granderson looks like a dangerous hitter to me now. I watch him up at the plate and said, well, it looks like he might do something dangerous here. That's all you're looking for.
I told Kevin Long the other day he looks much better. Early in the season, he was really drifting out there. That front leg was coming down. His whole body was coming forward, and he couldn't stay back on any kind of off-speed pitch. If you threw him a fastball in the inner half, he could probably nail it. But everything else away from him, he couldn't do anything with it. Now he's got his weight back. He's seeing the ball deeper and driving into all fields.
But you would make adjustments during the year, right? With your swing or your hand position, things like that?
Absolutely. I change all the time.
Gardner takes a strike.
I mean, you get in those zones where Marcus Timms is at right now, where you just stand in the box, your hands are perfect, your body feels good, you've seen the ball well, and you don't make any adjustments at all. It comes easy. But during the season, when you're struggling, you have to make adjustments. You have to tinker a little bit here and there. Move your hands back, you know, raise your hands up, whatever it may be, to try to find that slot again to get you comfortable.
Well, what do you think? You have 6 months during the season. 2 months maybe you're feeling great.
Exactly.
2 months you're feeling you're looking for it, and the other 2 months you're just trying to get by.
You're trying to get by, exactly. You're trying to. There are times when you might be hitting the ball well, but you still don't feel good at the plate. You're just grinding it out. You know, you're serving out some singles to left, some singles to right. You know, finding ways to keep yourself going, but once you get in that groove, you got to try to hang on to it as long as you can, because it comes and goes throughout the year.
Yeah, you know it's not going to last.
The 0-2 outside, 1-2. Mazzaro is closing in on 50 pitches here in the second inning. 1-2. High fly ball. Right field. Rajay Davis is there. And Mazzaro with a nice bounce back inning as retires the Yankees in order 1-2-3. And we go to the third. 3-0 Bombers.
Yankees. Coverage starts tomorrow at 6 with batting practice today.
Only on Yes.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 ES350 for $379 a month for 36 months with $40.78 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Everything I've done, I've had good cause to do. But I've never jeopardized an operation in my life. Someone tracked me down. How do you know where I was? You've lost your edge, Jack. You've got a long list of enemies.
You have a secret.
You think you can escape? I do what I'm good at.
The American. Rated R. Everywhere tomorrow.
This droid has evolved to do even more. Now it integrates your work email so you can be hooked up to everything you need to do. Now it does 1 gigahertz speed on a more intuitive keyboard. Turning you into an instrument of efficiency. Introducing the new Droid 2 by Motorola, part of the next generation of does.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 RX 350 for $449 a month for 36 months with $41.48 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
We go to the third inning. It's 3-0 Yankees, and Phil Hughes will deal to Rajai Davis. Bunted behind the plate, and Posada could not get there. It was all the way back to the screen. And the 0-1. Rounded to second, Cano. 1 away.
Old school right there with the big high stirrups. Looks like University of Tampa right there, Tino, huh?
Davis is actually from Connecticut. He was born in Norwich, Connecticut, and lives in Waterford. So he's got family and friends here. Here's Cliff Pennington. There's a strike.
He's had kind of an interesting year, Davis, too. I mean, he was starting in center field. The Crisp got hurt, and then, you know, the whole thing, he's been bouncing all over the place. Now ends up in right field. Obviously, a guy with a lot of speed. Another changeup from Phil Hughes. Loving the fact here, you got 1 out in the third. He's probably thrown 4 or 5.
And that was a good changeup, too. Down the way, good location on it.
You know, you wonder if pitchers, if they knew what it felt like to face a good changeup, probably more would have that pitch in their arsenal.
Exactly, especially when you're a pitcher like Phil Hughes, who has a 94, 95 mile an hour fastball. When you have that fastball and you work your off-speed pitches in there, it makes a huge difference because you just can't sit on one pitch. But when you continually throw fastball after fastball, you eventually get the timing down.
The 1-2. That's a base hit up the middle off the bat of Pennington.
Nice piece of hitting here. A little curveball was supposed to be backdoor. It ended up middle and down. Pennington does not try to do too much. Just stays up the middle. First base hit of the ball game for the A's.
Coco Crisp takes low, 1-0. Crisp grounded to second. That was in the first. Pena in on the grass at third. Count 2-0. Mention the Athletics at 65 and 65, so that's the 500 mark, and it's for the 26th time this season. And that's an A's franchise record, and it's a high for any major league team this season. The Marlins have been at 500 22 times. And last year the Twins were at 500 34 times, which is an American League record.
We'll see what Bob Guerin's thinking here, manager of the A's. A little 2-0 count. Jorge Posada going to go out and have a conversation. Maybe if they're thinking about a little hit and run. Pennington has stolen 23 bases. Crisp can handle the bat well. I mentioned they don't hit a lot of home runs. A man right there, Bob Guerin, has to manufacture some runs.
remind everybody to stay tuned during the 6th inning for a message from our friends at the Fox Business Network. Two-one, outside, 3-1. Phil Hughes comes into this game with 144 and a third innings pitched. To the best of anybody's guessing, his innings limit is anywhere from 175 to 180. So you do the math. There's not that many more starts left in there if he gives them length, as Coco Crisp walks. That's the third walk in as many innings for Hughes.
It's disappointing when you have a 3-0 lead and you have 3 walks in the 3rd inning. Really want to concentrate on pounding the strike zone. Well, Michael, we talked last night about Joe Girardi, you know, in a situation here fighting for the American League East. You also got the comfort of a wild card. There's going to be some very, very interesting decisions with Phil Hughes coming down the stretch.
Pitches high to Barton.
And we're talking about innings pitched, Michael. 175 innings pitched on a night tonight. You're more worried about pitch count right now. He's at 52 here in the top of the 3rd. So the innings may not take effect tonight. It's going to be based on the pitch count.
And it shows you what a strange world we live in, because last time he didn't get out of the 4th inning. And in a way, it was a bonus for Girardi because he doesn't have to think about shortening an outing sometime in September. It was not a 6-inning outing. I mean, that's how strange a world we live in.
Yeah, but Tino brings up a good point. He had to work hard in the what, 3+ innings in Toronto, probably more than he would have in the game against Oakland early on, where he dominated for 7 innings. You know, game to game, it's totally different.
I gotta go up and sign that, guys. Can you take over? First and second, 1 out. 3-0 Yanks. The 2-1. His command's not there so far tonight. It hasn't hurt him yet, but now it's 3-1.
Yeah, you talked about, or I talked about, the lack of home run power for the Oakland A's, but I'll tell you what, you get a lot of fastball counts here. 3-1, 2-0. They become a lot more dangerous. Barton has 7 on the year, but he's in the driver's seat right here.
And a walk to load the bases. It's time for this moment in Yankees history, as Dave Island will go out and talk with Hughes, and this moment is brought to you by Johnny Walker. Let's take a look what the moment is. We go back to 1995. Paul O'Neill homers 3 times. The last off now Yankee bullpen coach Mike Harkey, and he has 8 RBIs as the Yankees rout the Angels 11-6. I wonder if he was happy after that. Demand greatness in every sip and every season. Johnny Walker, proud sponsor of the New York Yankees. Let's take a look at that day.
I'm going to say no, he wasn't happy. Because something had to go wrong in that game. He maybe grounded out or something else. Some great swings, though, Big O'Neill.
Look how different. I mean, it's empty seats. That was 95, and it all started to change in 96.
Can't believe we did that to Mike Harkey right there, showing that replay.
So Suzuki takes a pitch. It's 1-0.
Now we're going to do it again in slow motion. This is unbelievable. Like a split finger.
Wasn't me, Mike. The 1-0. Driven to center field deep. Granderson back. He runs it down on the warning track. Tagging is Pennington. He'll score. Crisp moves to third. It's a sac fly for Suzuki, and the A's are on the board. Yankees now lead 3-1.
Phil Hughes will take that behind in the count this whole inning. Gets behind to Suzuki, and he drills it to center field, but you trade that sac fly for a run. 2 outs now. Try to work your way out of here with just that 1 run.
Johnny talked about it earlier. 3-run lead coming into this inning right here. You figure he'd attack the zone, get some more quick outs, and he just kept falling behind. We saw last night Javier Vasquez with a big lead. Just attacked the zone with fastballs, got the hitters to get themselves out, and had some pretty quick innings.
Here's Jack Cust. Pitch outside, 1-0.
You know, you see that fastball right there. He's not missing by much. It's not like he has no idea where the baseball is going. Just maybe being a little bit too fine early in the count. Cut that plate in half and pitch to halves, and then if you get ahead, you go for the corners.
Got the breaking ball in there for a strike. Cust can hit the ball out. Not that time. Ground ball to second. Cano flips the Jeter, and that'll do it. So he survives the 2 walks for the most part. He is angry with himself as he allowed 1 run and the ace strand 2.
Good news, sir. I just got an email from the office, and word is people really love our claim service, especially the Auto Repair Express. Repairs are fast and they're guaranteed for as long as you own your car.
Hey, that's great. Is this your phone?
Yeah, of course.
But where do you put... I mean, how do you carry...
Here you go.
Thanks.
No, I got it, sir.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Yankees fans, get the inside scoop on everything Yankees by subscribing to Yankees Magazine. For just $49.99, you'll receive 8 issues of exclusive articles, interviews, and photos you won't find anywhere else. To subscribe to Yankees Magazine or to purchase other Yankees publications products, call 1-800-GO-YANKS or log on to Yankees.com today.
Jeter? The guy's got an edge.
Derek Jeter?
That guy's got an edge.
Oh, definitely an edge.
He's got an edge. Totally.
Porque tiene un edge. Jeter, you know he's got an edge.
He so has an edge.
He's got an edge, baby.
And I got it with this cool panoramic Vista roof.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Edge for $199 a month. Just $199.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Only at your Tri-State Ford dealer.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Resident Evil, in theaters September 10th. By Hager, established 1926. Your own great moment starts at Hager.com. And by Blimpie, America's Sub Shop. Well, we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning as the Yankees lead 3-1. Some of the souvenirs on sale here at the stadium. As Derek Jeter will dig in. He is coming to bat for the first official time. He walked his first plate appearance. No one's fouled back. Jeter walked, stole a base, and scored in the first inning. I think he has 92 runs scored, so he's on pace for another 100 run scored game, or 100 scored season. Count 1-1.
John, we talked about him struggling last night a little bit. Talking about him staying back, trying to get that ball deeper and go to right field. He's about a couple balls off his first couple of bats here. He seemed to stay back a little longer and have some pretty good swings at him.
Yeah, we saw him last night roll over a couple of pitches, which is very unusual for Derek. But even there, like going out to get it a little bit more than we're used to seeing, right?
I just think when you're struggling like he is, and he's 2 for whatever, you just get a little over anxious, and you just kind of tend to chase balls and uncharacteristically go out of the zone like he's doing. You know, when you're going well, and you're swinging good, you're feeling good at the plate, you don't chase any pitches, and I just think that's just a matter of a little bit of over anxiousness in his part right now, trying to get going.
Soft ground ball is short. Pennington gets Jeter for the first out.
a bad place to be. I've been there pretty much my whole career. You're ahead of the off-speed pitch, late on the fastball.
Very unusual territory for Derek. 2 for his last 28. Here's Mark Teixeira. Got plunked his first time up. Count 0-2. Some Teixeira fans down the left field line.
Mazzara looks like he's settling down a little bit. The rhythm much better second in and into the third inning here. After a shaky first inning, looks like he's getting back on track.
Popped up and out of play. Teixeira, 9 home runs in his last 17 games here at the stadium. Leads the majors with 98 runs scored. Pitch outside. And the Yankee offense should get a little better. They're expecting Alex Rodriguez back on Sunday after his DL stint with that bad calf, the 2-2. 3-2. And tomorrow they're going to get back Lance Berkman. And Andy Pettit's next bullpen is tomorrow. Line drive, base hit. Teixeira is locked in. Tonight after the postgame, football finally returns to Yes with the upcoming premiere of This Week in Football, presented by Geico. The gang looks ahead to the Jets and the Giants' first regular season games, including an interview with Jets head coach Rex Ryan. This Week in Football premieres tonight after the postgame, only on Yes. John, I know you're a big Jet fan, and interviewed Mark Sanchez, their quarterback, today. I said, grade yourself on your preseason. He said, I give myself anywhere from a B- to a B+. Do you agree?
It's preseason.
He still has to do stuff. I mean, he's a work in progress.
Let's put it this way. I'm very happy with the New York Jet quarterback. I heard the next preseason game he's actually going to be calling the plays.
Yes.
A little different perspective. Looking forward to that Monday night opener.
1-0. Foul back.
New stadium. We got high hopes, Tino.
Well, the expectations are definitely there.
How are the Buccaneers looking this year?
Not too good. Not too good, but the expectations are not there. I love Rex Ryan. I think he's done a great job, but boy, he sure put a lot of pressure on that team going into this season. And I like Mark Sanchez too, but wow, those guys are going to have a target on their back.
1-1. Rex Ryan is going to actually be interviewed in that This Week in Football episode coming up. Now, John, you and I have to go down to Tampa during the winter because Tino has a luxury box, season luxury box.
Is that right?
For the Buccaneers. Oh, yeah.
It's not a luxury box. It's
what is it?
It's just good seats. Comfortable seats.
Is it covered?
Of course it's covered.
That's a luxury box.
It rains and it's hot.
The 1-2. Foul back. Is there a refrigerator in there?
A couple of real cold ones.
Yeah. That sounds like a luxury box to me.
Yeah.
So you pick the day, John. We'll head down.
Hey, you're more than welcome.
Let's see, if Tino came to a Jet game, he'd be highly disappointed because the Flaherty seats are not in a luxury box.
Hey, but you know what? To come to a football game in New York in the cold weather, that's what I look forward to being down in Florida. I'm sure up here it's cold and they think about the sunshine in November, December. And when we think about football, my buddies and I, we want to go up north to a game where it's cold and And the weather's terrible, and feel what that's really like.
Yeah, come on up to the new Meadowlands and sit up in the upper deck. You'll get a good feel for it.
It's not covered?
Not covered.
I can grind it out, though. I'm a grinder.
The 2-2. High pop-up. Shallow right. Ellis for the second out.
The kind of year that Robinson Cano has had, when he gets pitches right down the middle, he's not used to popping them up, and you can see the look of frustration.
So Robbie tonight is 0 for 2, a double play and a pop to second. Here's Nick Swisher. Count 1-0. Swisher reached on an E4, kind of opened the gates for 2 more runs for the Yankees. That would have been the final out, and they would have scored just 1 run. So of their 3 runs in the first inning, 2 were unearned. Now this is a big day in baseball because it's August 31st, last day of the month, and if there's going to be a waiver claim or some kind of trade, it has to be done before midnight tonight in order for that player to be on the postseason roster. You can get a player in September, but he's not going to play in the postseason. So there are some rumors out there. The Texas Rangers might be eyeing Jeff Francoeur of the Mets. Aroldis Chapman, who throws 105 miles an hour, was called up from AAA for the Reds. Manny Del Carmen got traded from the Red Sox to the Rockies, and Manny Ramirez is with the White Sox. He's not in the lineup tonight. High drive, right field. Davis back. He's on the track. Looking up. See ya! A home run into the second deck for Nick Swisher. A 2-run shot. And the Yankees lead 5-1.
Nice job of hitting right here by Nick Swisher. Joe Girardi giving him the green light with 3-0 count. Anytime you get a 3-0 count, green light, you look for a good ball to hit. It gets them right here, middle of the plate. Good aggressive swing and great results. Home run, great at bat by Nick Swisher.
That was some shot. Joe has given Swisher the green light 6 times this year, and he is 5 for 6 when putting 3-0 pitches into play. And he now has 80 runs batted in.
Well, you got to be some kind of discipline to hit 3-0 and have that kind of result with 5 for 6. I don't know about you, Tino. I hated hitting 3-0 because I tried to do too much. I usually swing at a pitch off the plate.
You know, Joe Torre used to give it to us a lot. Not so much a green light, just you're on your own type deal. And I'm sure Joe Girardi's done the same thing with quite a few hitters here. And the way to approach it is it depends who's pitching, how you feel against that guy. If he's got a nasty sinker or a good curveball and you're uncomfortable, I'm automatically taken. But if it's a guy who I know may just come in there and groove me one, I'm ready to hit one.
Grounded right to first. Barton will beat Posada to the bag. How about this stat? Swisher had only put 3-0 pitches in play twice in his career before this year. This was the 5th one this season. A 2-run home run. Give the Yankees a 5-1 lead as we go to the 4th.
Hey, did you hear the one about the people that drove 2 hours out of their way to go to a casino when they could have gone to Empire City Casino at Yonkers Raceway, which is basically right next door? Neither did I.
Judge a book by looking at the cover.
I want to see the most college football.
So I ordered ESPN Game Plan on DirecTV.
I get up to 15 out-of-market games per week.
The top conferences.
And key matchups.
Games you can't get anywhere else.
And the games I want to see.
Order the special early bird offer and get a full season of college football with ESPN Game Plan on DirecTV.
To order for only 4 payments of $28.99 each, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS or visit directtv.com/gameplan.
For the city that never sleeps, now there's a channel that never stops. New York nonstop.
Talk Stoop. Candid conversations with people you know.
Nonstop foodies, eating in or eating out, the flavors of the city. Only in New York. If you're talking about it, we're talking about it.
The Debrief, local news like you've never seen it done before.
Thread New York, your inside line on fashion. For the city that never sleeps, now there's a channel that never stops. New York nonstop. Find us on NBCNewYork.com/nonstop.
Are tax problems keeping you awake at night? I'm David Seelig of Seelig & Associates. I can help.
Don't be fooled by out-of-state companies with toll-free numbers. You need an experienced advocate to stand up and protect your rights. David and I handle each and every case personally.
So if you owe business, payroll, or personal taxes, and you want aggressive, effective representation, call Seelig & Associates today.
It's time for the New York State Smokers Quit Line Quiz. The Yankees are now 146 at the new stadium. Who are the only 3 American League teams in history to win 100 games faster in a home ballpark? We'll find that out in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Kuzminov. And there's a strike. 5-1 Yankees after Swisher's long, towering home run to right field, a 2-run shot in the 3rd. The 0-1. Base hit to center field. There's Brooke Lopez with the backwards cap of the New Jersey Nets. Is that a Twins cap? There's some rumors about Brooke Lopez, the Denver Nuggets, and discussions about dealing Carmelo Anthony, insisting on Brooke Lopez, and the Nets are resisting that. Lopez, one of the true legitimate centers in the NBA.
So this is what you get, Tino, when you deal with a guy who has his own radio show, knows it all. Nets, Knicks, Giants, Jets, Rangers, Islanders, Devils.
It's unbelievable. I mean, on the way to the ballpark today, I'm listening to him on the ESPN radio, talking about every single sport there is out there. I mean, you can bring that to the broadcast here. It's you're a well-rounded guy, Michael.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to lose some weight. And the Nets will open on October 27th.
See, he even knows the schedule. It's incredible.
Tino, thank you for listening to 1050 ESPN Radio between 3 and 7. We appreciate it.
I'm trying to be aware of what's going on out there, and who better to get my information from?
I'll go on.
That's all I got.
No, really, go on. Runner at first, nobody out. Mark Ellis at the plate. 0-2 count. And he slashes one to right field for a base hit. So in this inning, Hughes is not walking people, but he's having them turn around fastballs. So now successive singles, first and second, nobody out.
Yeah, in an 0-2 count, he tries to go with a fastball. It's up and away, and Ellis does a nice job just going the other way, shooting that hole between first and second. It's just going to be one of those nights for Phil Hughes. It's not going to be easy. Good news, you have a 4-run lead here in the 4th inning. Find a way to grind it out, see if you can put yourself in line for a win.
Slash the other way.
I guess, Tino, from a hitting perspective, this would go down as one of those times where it's, it's a lot of work. You don't feel good at the plate. You're not getting hits. Kind of like what Phil Hughes is going through his last outing in Toronto and then here tonight.
Yeah, we talked about it last night on the telecast, about David Cone when he didn't have anything and he found ways to get to the 6th or 7th inning. That's what Phil Hughes has to be thinking right now. He knows he probably doesn't have his best stuff tonight. Try to get a double play ball right here. Just keep the guys in the game. Try to get to that 6th, 7th inning. Save your bullpen, but yet, find a way to hold that lead.
The 0-1 popped up and out of play.
Incredible, though. Just like the Toronto game where he'd get 2 strikes on a lot of batters, couldn't put him away. 6 batters tonight. He's gotten 2 strikes on. 4 of them have reached base. And here another 0-2 count on Larish. See what happens.
70 pitches. We're in the 4th. Nobody out. 1st and 2nd. And the 0-2. Strike 3 right down the middle. Don't know what Larish was looking at or for, and he goes down gazing.
Good fastball right here. A little tail on it. Right on the outer half. Knee high. Good location. Tough ball for Larish to handle. Phil's done a good job starting a few hitters off here with a curveball. Kind of a get me over curveball. You see fastball right on the outer half right there. Probably looking for something on the inner half. To get me over curveball, you saw Larish foul it back. It wasn't a great pitch, but it's a tough ball to hit 0-0.
There's Rajai Davis, pitch outside. You know, John, we talked about how you didn't like, and Chad Godin's starting to get ready, you didn't like 3-0 green lights. Tino hit 3 home runs on 3-0 counts. Now, when you got the green light on 3-0 as the ball gets past Posada, were you looking to hit a home run?
I was looking for something. Maybe if I was in Yankee Stadium, I wanted something on the inner half that I could really turn on if I have a chance to maybe get a cheap home run over that 314 sign. And it goes back to when I came up with the Seattle Mariners and Lou Piniella was my manager. He would always tell us, when I give you the 3-0 count, I'm not looking for a single up the middle. I want you to give me a good aggressive hack, you know, try to do some damage. If you swing and miss, I don't have a problem with that. So I'd always look for location more than anything. A ball in the inner half that I could yank. I may have hit a home run here and there, and I probably yanked, you know, 4, 5, 6 of them foul.
There's a strike. Runners moved up on the wild pitch.
But if it was someone I had trouble with, like say a Kevin Brown or somebody who had a good sinker, I'm definitely taking on a 3-0 pitch no matter what.
That's going to get a run in. Soft ground ball to second with the infield back. Scoring is Kuzmanov. So an RBI for Rajai Davis. Is now 5-2 Yanks.
Well, the wild pitch cost Phil Hughes a run. I mean, you weren't going to double up Davis anyway. He runs too well. But again, if you're Phil Hughes, you're just looking for outs at this point. You'll trade that run for an out. And again, another 2-out situation, trying to get Pennington and get out of this inning just with a 1 run.
Bottom of the 5th, the Rays have taken a 3-1 lead, and the Red Sox trying to catch up on the Orioles 3-2. Here's Cliff Pennington. Remember, our late colleague Bobby Mercer said he never liked to swing on 3-0. He said because you would get the same pitch on 3-1. He said 3-0, you just felt that you had to hit a home run. Now we find out that you had a home run on a 3-0 pitch, John. You were 1 for 4 hitting with 3-0.
250 right on my career average with some power. I'll take that. 250 with some production. Yep. Tino.
All or nothing.
That's right.
That's what you do 3-0.
You don't want a base hit to right field. You want a deep fly ball. Do some damage.
2-0. Isn't it amazing? I mean, we're giving these stats that these stats are available. The amount of hits you had on 3-0.
It is amazing. It is amazing to me because I can tell you right now I had 3 home runs on 3. I had no idea how many home runs I had or what my batting average may be on 3-0.
Here's 3-0 and Pennington taking, and he takes a ball, and another walk issued by Phil Hughes. That's his 5th in 3 2/3 innings.
And you see the frustration. Chad Godin looks like he's pretty much ready to go. You would think Joe Girardi would give his young right-hander a chance to work through some of the troubles, but it looks like his patience wearing thin in the dugout.
This will be the 80th pitch of the night for Hughes, and here's Coco Crisp with runners on the corners. So Crisp is the tying run. Count 1-0. John, what you said earlier, so he's not missing by a lot.
No, he's not. He's missing down. He's missing just off. I mean, you could probably count 4 or 5 fastballs where he's worked underneath and they've ended up and into a righty. Just a little bit too fine, I think, especially early in the count.
The 1-0. There's a strike.
Thing is, his velocity is still there, throwing 92, 93 miles an hour, so it's not a matter of him being tired.
Phil has walked 10 over his last 2 starts. He had walked 9 total over his previous 8 starts. So something is gone awry. Count 2-1.
Again, a dangerous count, 2-1. Coco Crisp, not a guy known as a home run hitter. He has 6 on the year. You put major league hitters in hitters counts, they become very dangerous.
Now he's in an even better hitters count at 3-1.
It looked like Phil maybe thought he should have got this call, and it's tough when you're a home plate umpire and you have a pitcher's walk 5. You know, you're not going to give him that borderline pitch. Doug Eddings has done a pretty good job behind the plate early on tonight.
Ellis at third. Pennington is at first. Pennington goes. The 3-1 is popped up. Jeter was covering second, now backpedals, and on the outfield grass, he'll put it away for the final out of the inning. But they get a run on 2 hits and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th.
What would you do for a Klondike Neapolitan bar? That's right, we said Neapolitan.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
What are we doing?
The Wave.
Oh, why?
This is what they do at games. And IOTV carries every HD game for all 9 New York sports teams. And it's baseball season.
I love baseball. Oh, touchdown!
Catch every HD game of all 9 New York sports teams. With incredible HD picture and sound, IOTV brings you the best HD experience free.
Every cigarette is doing you damage. This is part of an aorta, the main artery from the heart. Smoking makes artery walls sticky and collect dangerous fatty deposits. This much was found stuck to the aortal wall of a smoker aged 32. Every cigarette is doing you damage. For help quitting, including free nicotine patches, call 1-866-NY-QUITS.
Audi retains its value better than any other German luxury brand. Experience the summer of Audi by September 6th and get over 130 channels of Sirius satellite radio for 3 months at no charge.
Time for the answer to the New York State Smokers Quit Line quiz. The question: the Yankees are now 146 at the new stadium. Who are the only 3 American League teams in history to win 100 games faster in a home ballpark? Tim swings and misses. Let's take a look. The Indians in Jacobs Field, the Philadelphia A's in Columbia Park, and the White Sox in the Southside Park. Indians used to be tough at Jacobs Field.
Yes, they were. When that stadium first opened up and they had all those all-star players, it's a tough place to go. They had sold-out crowds year in and year out. They played some good aggressive baseball.
Manny Ramirez, Carlos Baerga, Omar Vizquel, Alomar, Tomei,
Kenny Lofton,
Albert Bell.
As Timms goes down looking, so he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Mazzaro trying to settle down, gave up 3 runs in the first and then 2 in the third. Here's Curtis Granderson, struck out looking in the second inning. Count 1-0. First 13 games since August 12th, 326. Last 5, 105. So the initial results of the Kevin Long tutorial, excellent, but of late, a little bit of a downturn. Count 3-1.
It's going to happen, though. I mean, that's, you know, the flow of a season. You're going to get hot for 10 games and then maybe not swing it too good for 5. You try to get back on track.
That one's driven deep to right field. Davis back on the track at the wall, looking up. See ya! Home run, Curtis Granderson. Yankees lead 6-2. 1 for 17 before that swing, and he made that one count.
Last night, Curtis Granderson had a swing where he drove a ball deep to left center. That might have been a sign of things to come. So he gets a fastball pretty much right down the middle, holds onto the bat with 2 hands. Good extension. And great carry on this ball. Home run number 15.
Second home run of the night for the Yanks. Ramiro Pena grounds it up the middle. Grabbed by Pennington. He does a 360 and fires it wide. We'll see how they score that. Good backup there by Suzuki.
Pennington has some range going up the middle and a strong throwing arm. I guess this makes you take Derek Jeter a little bit for granted, going up the middle, and the spin and the throw always seems to be right on the money. This gets away from Pennington, not even close. It'll be an infield hit for Ramiro Pena. Strong throw, just a little wide.
So it is an infield single, and back to the top of the order, and Brett Gardner. Mazzaro has allowed 2 home runs in the last 2 innings. He had allowed 2 over his last 5 starts combined. Shows bunt takes high. Hey, want to send out congratulations to the Yankees AAA farm team. Scranton Wilkes-Barre, they won their 5th consecutive division title on Sunday, and that is a new International League record. And they have some all-stars on that team. The shortstop, Eduardo Nunez, made the International League All-Star team. Jesus Montero, the catcher, also made it, and the relief pitcher, who really had a tremendous year, is Jonathan Albaladeo, closing for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Yankees. Albaladeo had 43 saves.
Well, they're obviously going to go to postseason play. It's September 1st tomorrow, so you can expand the rosters. Be interesting to see if there's some new faces here tomorrow.
I got to guess there will be. I don't know, you know, what Joe Girardi and general manager Brian Cashman have in mind, but I got to believe, you know, you have a guy like Jesus Montero, Jonathan Albaladeo. I mean, obviously can help out in the bullpen. You get a stretch of 5 straight day games. You're going to need to give some guys days off and have some players available for you.
It's a fine line, though. Your AAA team is going to the postseason. Do you take their best players away to help the big league club?
Runner goes, and the pitch is outside as Gardner walks.
Obviously, winning games here in the pennant race is the most important thing.
Yes. Yes.
Kurt Young will go out and talk with Mazzaro. You know, I talked with Joe Girardi on the WB Mason Presents the Joe Girardi Show. Sometimes it seems unfair because there are a lot of teams that call up 15 guys and they have a bench loaded, and all of a sudden they have 6 left-handers in their bullpen, and you can't manage down the stretch when those games are important to you. And Joe had a great idea. He said, I don't think that you should disallow call-ups. He said, but what you should do is you should always have to submit a 25-man roster before the game, almost like have a taxi squad. He said, so you can mix and match the way you want. He said, but to have everybody available, it's kind of tough to manage against that kind of team.
And you might also want to have, if your team, your AAA team makes the playoffs, maybe have a different rule there where you might give them an extra, week where they'd still be eligible to come up and help your ball club in the postseason if you need that certain player.
So Booth Bonds are warming up. Here's Derek Jeter, first and second with one out. Jeter serves one to right field, coming on Davis. He'll make the play as the runners retreat. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
One of the things the Yankees have prided themselves on over the last 10, 15 years is winning titles in the minor leagues and, breeding that winning attitude amongst the players. And I remember coming up with the Seattle Mariners and the minor league teams I played on. When we played the Albany Yankees or AA teams here and there, they were always winning titles. And it just seemed to carry over to the big league level. When they got here, they're expected to win, and it all starts in the minor leagues and building a great system, which they've done.
And there are ways to use your minor leagues if you don't call players up. I mean, that's how you make deals too. Having desirable minor league players that you can include to get that one piece that could put you over the top.
Good job by manager Dave Miley in the minor leagues. Scranton, pitching coach Scott Aldred doing a good job down there. But 5 in a row, that's incredible.
One. 2-1. Eduardo Nunez down there hit 289. And Montero started off slowly, if you remember. He hit 284 with 18 homers and 66 ribbies. Chasing Pena bat. We told you that Albaladeo had 43 saves. He had a 1.42 ERA with a 4-2 record.
It's going to be hard not to call him up.
Remember in spring training too, Albaladeo had a terrible spring. Couldn't get anybody out, and then he rebounds and has a big year.
2-1. Strike. Also, AA Trenton also is heading to the playoffs. So your two top farm teams are going to the postseason. The 2-2. Driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. A 3-run home run off the bat of Teixeira. He's red hot, and the Yankees lead 9-2.
A couple of real good at-bats here by Mark Teixeira. Fouling off pitches. Battling until he gets something he can handle. Last at-bat had a nice single. This at-bat fouling pitches off, so he gets the ball right here. Belt high. Right where he likes it, and puts a great swing on it. Knew from the get-go that it was gone.
30th home run of the year, his 10th home run in his last 18 games here at the stadium. And this was a no doubt about it into the second deck. And the guy wearing a Tino Martinez jersey made the catch. Or is that a Robinson Cano jersey? I don't know.
I'm going with the Robinson Cano.
I'm going with Tino. He's got a 61 hat on, so he's an old school fan, and he appreciates the Tino way. Pitch outside. So for Mark Teixeira now, 7 straight years of 30 or more home runs. And Cano walks. And Lazaro is struggling. And that's going to do it as Bob Guerin comes out of the dugout, and the A's manager will signal to the bullpen. So with the home run by Teixeira, he becomes the 6th Yankee all-time to home run at least 30 times in each of the first 2 seasons with the team. We'll be back.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 RX 350 for $449 a month for 36 months, with $41.48 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
At Raymore & Flanagan, we're committed to delivering more than just beautiful furniture. After delivery, we return all the packaging materials to our recycling center, diverting the Northeast landfills. In turn, cardboard becomes something like books or paper products. Plastic and styrofoam turn into things like toys and everyday useful items. Now that's truly beautiful. Raymore & Flanagan, helping take care of our little corner of the world.
Wow, that guy's really staring over here. Must have sold him some carpeting or something. Mike, check out his bacon neck. Bacon? Sir, lean forward and show Michael Jordan your collar. Oh, see how it's all curled up like bacon in a pan? See how bad this dude looks? What's that? Thank you. Okay. Not us though, buddy. I lay flats. We're like twins.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
The lay flat collar. Lays flat, won't bacon. Only from Hanes.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 HS250H for $319 a month for 36 months, with $40.18 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Sunday at 6, college gridiron action returns to Yes with another season of Notre Dame football. The Fighting Irish kick off their 2010 campaign at home against Purdue. And Yes will have a replay of Saturday's action from South Bend. Purdue versus Notre Dame Sunday at 6, right here on Yes. Love that song. Time for the call to the bullpen, brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. And Boof Boncher comes on, and he is on in relief of Vin Mazzaro. I remember Boof from his years with the Minnesota Twins. This will be his 6th game with the A's, 9 innings and 17 hits. That doesn't look that great. Mazzaro allowed 9 runs, and that's a career high for him. And that'll bring up Nick Swisher with a runner on and 2 outs. Swisher with a home run his last time up. Bonzer deals. We told you that Teixeira is now one of 6 players in Yankee history to have 30 or more home runs in the first 2 years with the Yanks. The other ones, Babe Ruth, Alex Rodriguez, Roger Maris, Jason Giambi, and Gary Sheffield. The 0-1. Grounded up the middle. Ellis is there, backhands, and goes the short way to get the final out. But the Yankees get 4 runs on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left. Home run by Granderson started it, and then Mark Teixeira went yard. It's been all Yankees through 4. Let's head to the 5th.
That's 6 so far today.
And it's not even noon.
I don't get it. Why are all of our customers switching to coffee from W.B. Mason?
Well, they sell Green Mountain coffee.
So?
At great low prices.
So?
With lots of delicious flavors. And 1 cup brewing means no waste, no mess.
Yep, we clean our pots every month.
And WB delivers fresh coffee every day.
Enough already. There's nothing wrong with our coffee. They just don't know what they're missing. Who but W.B. Mason?
You're at the age where you don't get thrown by curveballs. This is the age of knowing how to get things done. So, why would you let something like erectile dysfunction get in your way? Isn't it time you talk to your doctor about Viagra? 20 million men already have. With every age comes responsibility. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. This is the age of taking action. Viagra. Talk to your doctor. See if America's most prescribed ED treatment is right for you.
Hi, everyone. Bob Lorenz back in studio with your Audi update. Let's get to the Trop. Rays and Blue Jays, and the Rays led it until the top of the sixth with 2 on. Vernon Wells down the line, scores 2, and then opened the floodgates. Adam Lynn, John Buck follow with RBI doubles. Aaron Hill with a 2-run homer. It's now 8-3 Toronto. They're still batting in the top of the sixth.
Thank you, Bob. Right here in the top of the 5th inning, it's all Yankees, 9-2. Behind Phil Hughes, and Phil Hughes has a high pitch count, but he wants to get through this inning to get himself his 16th victory. And he deals high to Derek Barton, 1-0.
And the Yankees have been hinting down the stretch that they'd like to get some games like this with Phil Hughes, a big lead after 5 innings, maybe get him out of the game. But you're right, Michael, got to get 3 outs here, get yourself in line for a win, and the pitch count up at 86 now.
Barton, Suzuki, and Cust. There's a strike.
Ideally, you'd like to get them out of the game, quickly here the next inning or 2, but obviously you want to see better results. You want to see better control with all of his pitches, so when you do get him out of the game, at least you have some kind of positive to reflect on, not just him himself, but also the manager and the pitching coach Dave Island have a great idea that he's under control again.
Two. Fouled away. Despite having a 7-run lead, the leash is very short on Hughes this inning. There's a pitcher up in the bullpen, and I think Joe Girardi would quickly go there if he walks a couple of people, even though he's got a win staring right in front of him. Popped up. Teixeira for the first out. All right, it's time for another look at tonight's Toyota text poll. Once again, the question, what was your favorite Tino Martinez playoff moment? You've been texting us at 58772. Here's how you voted. Wow, 2-1, the 2001 World Series home run. Now, here's why I would debate that, Tino. You won 98, you didn't win 01. Which one meant more to you?
Well, I think, winning obviously means everything, but the one in 2001, we were down two runs the 9th inning. It was during 9/11. A lot of emotions there, to tie the game up in the 9th inning with 2 outs, and, to hear that crowd just go crazy and just, feel good for a few hours. And although we lost that World Series, it was a great moment, I think, for the fans and myself as well.
The base hit to right field off the bat of Suzuki. Now I'm going to tell you why the 98 one was my favorite Tino Martinez moment. Because if you remember, you had struggled some in the postseason. And then that grand slam off Mark Langston, it was almost like a weight was lifted off your shoulders, and you became a much better postseason player.
It sure felt that way. I definitely was struggling. The year 96, I struggled the World Series, and fortunately got back there in 98 and struggled in that postseason. And to get a grand slam, it helped me relax and really get going. And I wound up having a really good World Series. But just the opportunity to play in World Series in Yankee Stadium, hit home runs, win championships, it was just something you just can't, fathom. It's an unbelievable feeling, and I love playing here.
The 1-0. High pop up. Left center. Gardner makes the play and uses 1 out away from possibly getting a win. 11-3. Toronto has come all the way back, and Toronto's going to have a big say in this race. They play the Yankees, they play the Red Sox, and the Rays, and the Orioles will also have a say, and they lead Boston 3-2.
I'm telling you, that Blue Jay rotation, it's young. They got some good arms. They're going to be a dangerous team down the stretch, and obviously with all the power that they have,
There's Kevin Kuzminoff. Toronto's coming in this weekend, and the Orioles after that. Kuzminoff fouls it away. And you know that Showalter is trying to build something in Baltimore. He wants to get involved in the pennant race in that way and get his young players into big games and have them succeed. So they're not going to play like a 30-game under 500 team.
You know what? I've been on some bad teams. You look forward to coming into Yankee Stadium. You have the adrenaline, the crowd, everybody's into it. You could play the role of spoiler if you have a good weekend or a good series.
The 0-1 just missed.
And on the other hand, being on a Yankee team with a lead in first place, a few games, those are the teams you feared coming in. The ones that were playing for nothing, they're just going out there relaxed, you know, swinging hard, just having fun playing baseball down the stretch. Those were the toughest teams to beat in September. They have nothing to lose.
1-1. 2-1. Closing in on 100 pitches, and again, he's averaging lately about 20 pitches per inning, and that's why you're not going to get length out of him, because the Yankees refuse to push him that much over 100. He's too valuable now and in the future. The 2-1. There's a fly ball to right. No, he's going to get credit for the victory if the Yankees win this game. He's got 5 in the books. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We're halfway through. Yankees 9, Athletics 2.
If you were Attorney General, or you, the only special interests you'd fight for would be ours. You'd let every Albany backroom and corporate boardroom know that the new seat of power is this living room, and this one too, because that's who you'd be looking out for, protecting working families, kids, and everyone who deserves a fair shake. Sean Coffey spent years fighting crime as a federal prosecutor and fought for thousands of investors devastated by Wall Street greed. So vote for them, or vote for you.
How do you top the achievements of the past? The only postseason perfect game ever to be pitched. The 3 home runs blasted on one October night. And that 27th championship in the new house. It might not be easy, but in the Bronx, history tends to repeat itself. Demand greatness in every sip and every season. Johnny Walker, proud sponsor of the New York Yankees.
Here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event, everybody's got a story, even the sales reps. Take Kelly, for instance. Kelly likes to call herself an escapist, which is kind of funny because she never seems to leave the dealership. She's always here talking about great deals and sync technology and how the Escape can practically park itself. Look, Kelly loves her Escape and loves her job. I just wish she'd get out more.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Escape for $189 a month, just $189.
So many stories, so little time. You really should drive one.
Tonight.
Get ready to face off.
All systems go.
This.
Are you serious?
You're out. Week.
We expect to win.
In.
That crowd was getting restless.
Football.
Do they have what it takes?
And they did start to get their mojo back. They have weapons all over the place.
Catch the season premiere tonight after the postgame, only on Yes.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World, and by Ford, the official truck of the New York Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 9-2 Yanks.
It's Phil Hughes coming off the field and giving his teammates a little thanks for picking me up. Looks like Phil Hughes' night's going to be over, and he realized he didn't have a whole lot, but his teammates picked him up, scoring 9 runs through 5. Love that right there, Tino.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, you know, you can read his lips there saying, "My bad, guys, my bad." You know, thank you for the runs, but you know, it was one of those situations. He was up to almost 100 pitches just about, and he grinded it out. We talked about grinding it out. Hey, at least get to the 5th inning, maybe the 6th, and you know, save your bullpen a little bit. So, you know, good effort on his part, although he didn't have great stuff tonight.
Yeah, you kind of expect that from a veteran pitcher, a young guy like Phil Hughes. That shows me something.
Bonser deals inside, count 1-1 to Posada.
The only positive thing I saw tonight, as well as him grinding it out, was his velocity. His velocity was there. from the first pitch to the last pitch, staying between 92 and 93 miles an hour. And
we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 9-2 Yanks.
It's Phil Hughes coming off the field and giving his teammates a little thanks for picking me up. Looks like Phil Hughes' night's going to be over, and he realized he didn't have a whole lot, but his teammates picked him up, scoring 9 runs through 5. Love that right there, Tino.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, you know, you can read his lips there saying, "My bad, guys, my bad." You know, thank you for the runs, but you know, it was one of those situations. He was up to almost 100 pitches, just about, and he grinded it out. We talked about grinding it out. Hey, at least get to the 5th inning, maybe the 6th, and you know, save your bullpen a little bit. So, you know, good effort on his part. Although he didn't have great stuff tonight.
Yeah, you kind of expect that from a veteran pitcher, a young guy like Phil Hughes. That shows me something.
Bonser deals inside, count 1-1 to Posada.
And the only positive thing I saw tonight, as well as him grinding it out, was his velocity. His velocity was there from the first pitch to the last pitch, staying between 92 and 93 miles an hour. And I think Dave Island, pitching coach Dave Island, will find a flaw and continue to find his rhythm again.
You know, but we talked before the game, and in your scouting report, mix it up and throw some. He threw some more curveballs, threw maybe what 6 or 7 changeups tonight. So I think that was an improvement.
Pretty good changeups too.
Yeah,
pretty good changeups, and you know, first pitch curveballs for strikes. You know, I just think his fastball, he's got such good control that he's just probably off on his mechanics a hair.
Slice foul. Nine, 7-0 Yanks, 2-4-1 for the A's. Yankees looking for their 82nd win and a high watermark of 32 games over 500. Missed outside. Last night, tonight, not too good for the A's starters. They have allowed 8 or more runs in back-to-back starts for the first time since May of 2006. 3-2. And Posada works a walk.
And going back to the opening, we talked about Vin Mazzaro having to keep the ball down if he's going to have any success against this Yankee lineup. And, you know, the Granderson homer, the Swish homer, the Tex homer, those balls are up in the zone, belt high, and these Yankee hitters are on fire right now. They're patient, and they're waiting for good balls to hit. And he just didn't execute his pitches throughout the evening either.
There's Marcus Timms. Pitch outside.
Marcus happy that Mazzaro's out of the game. Couple of strikeouts and not look comfortable, like he was picking the ball out of his hand.
Breaking ball.
Latino, a lot's been made of Marcus Timms lately, hitting all these home runs in consecutive starts. I was driving home last night. I heard Tino Martinez, the last Yankee to get on one of those runs in 05. Remember, I had a good seat in the dugout watching that run. Red hot Tino Martinez.
Yeah, you know, I got a few starts there early in the season. Jason Giambi came out struggling a little bit, and you know, I just caught fire. It just seemed like everything they threw up there, you know, I was comfortable seeing the ball well, and I was just, you know, hitting them out of the ballpark. And it's one of those runs you wish you can just bottle up for the entire season.
High drive and out of play.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too, to take it a step further. I mean, you mentioned Jason Giambi, and you knew you were going to be a backup guy, and Marcus kind of the same situation. When you get the opportunities, you got to take advantage of it. So maybe it just locks you in a little bit more at the plate.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no pressure on Marcus. He's done a great job at this point in the season, when you need guys to step up and really carry you in those week or two that you have A-Rod on the DL, your offense may be struggling, which they all seem to have caught fire. You need that one guy who can just carry you a little bit, and he's done his part.
Tino had 10 home runs in a 12-game stretch in May of '05. Ooh. Just showing off. That's just showing off.
Then I got tired.
Well, I was just going to ask you, like Marcus strikes out his first 2 times tonight, do you start thinking, well, all right, it was a good run, it's over?
I don't think so. I think he's struck out a few times throughout this last 6-7 games, and he's chased a few bad pitches tonight, sliders down in the dirt, but I don't think so. I think he's feeling really good.
Well, let's see how they went at Marcus Timms. A pitch by pitch is brought to you by Suzuki Kazashi.
Check out Bonzer, how he attacks. First pitch fastball misses off the plate. A little curveball for strike 1. Then he goes with the slider down that misses. Another slider that backs up, and Marcus pulls it foul. Fastball, good pitch to hit, fouls it off. And a good curveball down and away for strike 3. Had a couple of pitches to do something with and fouled him off.
Granderson grounds one foul, grabbed there by Barton. (9-2) Yankees lead, looking for more against Boof Bonzer. It's Alex Rodriguez itching to get back in the lineup. Grounded to third. Nice grab there by Kuzminov. He bobbles, but he gets the force.
Kuzminov going to his left, has a little trouble with the transfer, a little bobble, but the flip to second base, Jorge Posada deciding not to slide. Right off the end of the bat for Curtis Granderson, looked like an off-speed pitch. Probably wouldn't have been able to turn the double play, but get the force out at second.
And going back to Marcus Timms, the point you made about him fouling a couple of balls back. Well, that's the key. When you're hot like that, you usually get that pitch to hit, and you drive him out of the ballpark. Reggie Jackson, you used to always say when he's around here working with the hitters and whatnot, and Reggie has all those great sayings. He would say when you get that pitch to hit, you can't leave it on the back net. Don't leave it in the stands behind you. Leave it in the stands out in front of you. So I thought, I'm going to go with that theory.
High fly ball down the left field line. Larish gives it a look. Runs out of room. Pena's 1 for 2 today. Infield single up the middle, grabbed by the shortstop, but couldn't make the play, and then ended up scoring. Slowly the average is inching up, 225. He's seeing a lot of playing time with the injury to Rodriguez. Splitting time at third between Nunez and himself. The 0-2. Strike 3. Pena down looking. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 5 in the books. Lot to laugh about for the Yankees. They're up 9-2.
J&R, New York's largest and top-rated technology superstore for cameras, computers, audio products, movies, music, housewares, TVs, video games, and more, is now proud to be the official consumer electronics retailer of the New York Yankees.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
this fall, Nate Berkus is your go-to guy.
Welcome! Anyone have a design dilemma for me? I love this machine. It's like my mind on a screen. You never know when Nate's crate is going to show up. This is where you want to end up on the end of a date. Let me run over to my lab. I learn stuff every minute.
I love it. The Nate Berkus Show premieres September 13th.
He is so
cute. Life by Design. The Nate Berkus Show premieres September 13th.
Fans, save up to 40% off the advanced game price on select field seats and other great seating locations for Yankees home games now through September 7th. Compliments of DKNY. This back-to-school ticket special presented by DKNY is for a limited time only, and tickets are subject to availability. Tickets are available at Yankees.com, all Ticketmaster outlets, and the Yankee Stadium ticket office. New pitcher for the Yankees is Chad Godin, as the Yankees are leading 9-2, 9-7-0, leading 2-4-1. Like that lid. Has not been a picture-perfect game by any stretch, but for the Yankees, they'll take it. They're up 9-2. And Godin deals to Ellis a strike as we start the 6th inning. These are the numbers on Godin. 5.98 ERA. Comes in and throws strikes, and the Yankees have really benefited from having Godin out there, having Vasquez out there, having Mitre out there. So when they're getting short starts, they're not burning out several people in the bullpen. It's a little bit excessive to have 3 long men in your bullpen, but the Yankees have it, and it's paid off, and the guys on the back end are doing their job enough that they're not missing the fact that they don't have as many short men as other teams. Robertson, Jabba, Kerry Wood, Boone Logan, and of course Rivera. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ellis down on strikes. Well, that puts more pressure on the next starter to give them length. Let's take a look at tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Fios TV, Internet, and Phone. It's time for Fios. Brett Anderson will go for the A's, 3-5, 3.32, and A.J. Burnett trying to figure it out for the Yankees, 9-12, 5.17. Our coverage begins at 6 with the BP show. 6:30 is the pregame show, and 7:08 will be the first pitch. There are 2 of the longer guys out there, Mitre and Vasquez. Vasquez picked up the win yesterday, his 10th of the year, 2nd in relief. Larish swings at the first pitch and drives it to deep left. Gardner on the track makes the play for the 2nd out.
Well, Michael, you mentioned these long relievers, usually in a game like this, up or down by 6-7 runs. Not the easiest thing to do to come out of the pen. All the pressure is on you to throw strikes. Don't walk anybody. Sounds easy, not as easy as it sounds. Javi Vasquez with that great relief appearance last night. I really didn't hear any talk about him moving into the rotation. Joe Girardi pretty tight-lipped. Got to believe he's opened up some eyes.
There's a strike from Godin. Godin knows this team. He started the season with the A's, but didn't pitch well at all. 12 games, 0-2, 8.83. Actually was in spring training with the Yankees, one of the guys battling for that 5th starter role. Didn't make it. A's signed him because they were familiar with him, but he did not pitch well. The 0-2. 1-2.
And life on the fastball, 93. We're used to seeing Chad Godin about 90, 91, but recently he's had a better fastball.
With good sinking action on it. He's bearing it down in on those right-handed hitters. It seems like these bullpen guys, like, the starters will set the tone. CC Sabathia, you want to follow suit and have a good outing.
There's a ground ball to third. Pena, and that will do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Godin. The end of 5.5. The Yankees lead 9-2. Time now for a message from our friends at the Fox Business Network.
This is a Fox Business Network update.
I'm Eric Bowling with your Fox Business Update. Here are your latest business headlines. As President Obama prepares to declare an end to combat operations in Iraq, Congressional Budget Office numbers show the total cost of the Iraq War was less than the stimulus bill passed by the Democratic-led Congress in 2009. According to CBO numbers, the cost of Operation Iraqi Freedom was $709 billion for military and related activities. The projected cost of the stimulus, which passed in February 2009 and is expected to last 2 years, was $862 billion. Hurricane Earl, now a powerful Category 4 storm, rolled towards the U.S. coast early Tuesday after battering tiny islands across the northern Caribbean. Earl is predicted to brush the East Coast with heavy winds and rain late Thursday, potentially swiping New England and far eastern Canada. FEMA announced it's sending staff up and down the East Coast to help prepare communities potentially affected by the hurricane. Google continued to build its social networking efforts by acquiring Social Deck, a producer of social games and platform technology for mobile devices. Terms weren't disclosed. The company has launched several titles for the iPhone, Facebook, and BlackBerry. And Social Deck technology enables multiple players using different mobile devices to play simultaneously. That's your news from the Fox Business Network. I'm Eric Bowling. Tune into my show Money Rocks at 8 and 11 p.m. weeknights.
Tomorrow on Yes, the Yankees play the third of 4 with the A's right here at the stadium. Our complete coverage starts at 6 with batting practice today presented by Audi, followed by the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then I'm back in the booth with John Flaherty to bring you the call. A's Yankees tomorrow at 6, only on Yes. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Brett Gardner will lead off. Gardner is 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Also has a couple of stolen bases, so a good day for a leadoff guy. Yankees moved into first place on June 20th, and they've either been in first alone or had a share of that all this time. And their play at home has certainly been a big reason why. 43-22 at home, and that's the best record in the American League. Only 2 teams have a better home record, both in the National League. The Atlanta Braves are 47-18, which is extraordinary, and the Rockies are 43-21. There's a strike.
See Jason Hayward score from first base yesterday on a single. Impressive.
I was going to say that. How about Bobby Cox last season? Braves playing great baseball, looking to get in the postseason.
Ball goes one way, back goes another. Looks like he got hit on that hand. Count 2-2. Grounded up the middle. Pennington does the 360, fires. This time he makes the play, and he does it very well for the first out of the 6th. Hayward, of course, for the Braves, they've got some triple crown candidates in the National League. Pujols leads in home runs and ribbies. Gonzalez in average. Joey Votto is close in all 3.
Joey Votto is fun to watch. Boy, he hits the ball the other way with power. 32 home runs. The Cincinnati Reds, one of those teams you kind of felt like was going to fade as the summer has progressed. They're still there.
The Cardinals came into town a few weeks ago in Cincinnati and swept them and knocked them out of first place. And ever since then, it seems the Reds got hot and the Cardinals have struggled.
Ever since that brawl.
Yep.
Jeter is 0 for 2. 1 for 24, 2 for 29. Looking to snap out of this. And there's a ground ball at third. And his struggles continue. Tino, you know his psyche very well. Is it getting to him?
Well, I'm sure he's frustrated. You know, he won't show it, and he never loses confidence. But you know, when you go in those slumps and you You see there, he's tying himself up a little bit. It's going to frustrate him, and you know, he'll go home tonight and, you know, think about it a little bit.
Will he, like, when he's sitting on his couch, will he be thinking about it, or can he put it away?
I'm sure he puts it away if you're there hanging out with him or having dinner with him. But once he's by himself, I'm sure he'll think about his at-bats and try to figure out exactly what adjustment he has to make.
Here's Teixeira. 2 for 2 and was hit by a pitch. Pitch is inside.
And, you know, knowing Derek as well, you know, the wins help. When you struggle, I know I've struggled as a hitter, and when you're struggling, your team keeps winning, you feel better about it, because, you know, eventually you're going to get going and do your part. But in the meantime, you want the team to keep putting up the W's and not make it so much that you're not hitting, and just hold on, wait for me, guys. I'm going to get hot, and I am going to do my part soon here.
Wolf Bonser on a relief of Vin Mazzaro. That one is driven out to deep left center field, but Larish is there, and he'll put it away for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning, as Bonser has restored order for the A's. 9-2 Yankees as we go to the 7th.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Yankees fans become part of the winning team by joining the New York Yankees Fan Club. For just $40, you'll receive an official membership card, a World Championship nylon banner, a World Championship coin, a New York Yankees cap, special ticket discounts, and other exclusive fan club items. To join, call 1-800-GO-YANKS or log on to Yankees.com today.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 HS250H for $319 a month for 36 months with 40/18 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
This is not acceptable. Bryce in Minnesota, you shouldn't have to get this from Domino's. We're better than this.
When we launched ShowUsYourPizza.com, we asked our customers to be the photographers, and we've been thrilled by the results.
But this, it really gets me upset. I'm Patrick Doyle, the CEO of this company. We're not going to fail. We aren't going to deliver pizzas like this. I guarantee it.
So we're extending our $5.99 inspired pizza deal because we want to see even more of your pizza shots.
We're still listening. We're going to learn. We're going to get better.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 ES350 for $379 a month for 36 months with 40/78 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Pinstripe Pride is region-wide, now that you can catch live Yes Network Yankees games on the web with Optimum Online. At just $34.95 for the remaining season, you can watch the Bombers practically anywhere, all for less than a song. If you're an Optimum Online customer who watches Yes on IOTV, just go to YesNetwork.com to sign up for your subscription now.
Yankees lead 9-2. They led 3-0 after 1. They have not looked back. Phil Hughes will be eligible for the win with 5 innings, 5 walks. To share another big night. Swisher, another home run, 2 ribbies, and 2 runs scored. We go to the 7th inning. Cliff Pennington. And Godin working quickly, throwing strikes. Count 0-1. Count 1-1 on the Verizon Wireless scoreboard, 9-2.
I started to say earlier about the starting pitching. When CC Sabathia goes out there and has a very good outing, you know, the next starter wants to come in and do the same thing. And same thing in the bullpen. Last night, Javier Vasquez comes in, throws strikes, pitches his 5-6 innings, does a great job. And I'm sure Chad Gaudin was thinking the same thing. It's my turn to pick the team up. Let me save the bullpen and give him some innings. Becomes a competition down there.
There's a ground ball to second. Cano. Yesterday, Vasquez, with the innings in relief, picked up the win. You saw CeCe. He's going to pitch on Thursday in the afternoon against Dallas Braden. He of the Get Off My Mound and also the Perfect Game.
We're not going to see a rematch of Alex Rodriguez against Braden. Sounds like Alex might not go on a rehab assignment. A little surprised by that.
It would be interesting, though, John. Where would he go? I mean, he'd have to go into a playoff situation, wouldn't he, in the minor leagues?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't take away some at-bats from the kids that are there.
I guess he could go down to Tampa, you know. And
wait a second. So you wouldn't want Alex Rodriguez hitting in your lineup in a playoff, a AAA playoff situation?
That one is drilled to right field. Swisher is there. One away, or two away. I guess I know I would, but would the Yankees want that and take away at bats from these young kids that are trying to? I guess they would, but I just don't know if they're going to go that route.
You're bringing in a guy, you know, Alex trying to find his timing and trying to find his swing, you know, and you don't know what you're going to get down there. But I think here at the big league level, we saw it last year when he came back from hip surgery. You know, he hit the home run his first at bat. He's one of those guys that he'll be ready to go as soon as he comes off the DL.
You know, I guess I wouldn't worry about his swing or the timing. I worry more about him coming out of the box or maybe going side to side.
Derek Barton drills one deep to right field. See ya. Solo home run. And the Yankee lead is now 9-3. Eighth home run of the year came on a first pitch offering from Godin.
You know, this won't bother Dave Island or Joe Girardi. He's coming in there throwing strikes. You're going to give up a solo home run. No big deal. Now it's 9-3. Rather Chad Godin coming in there and forcing contact. Barton took advantage of it. Now you get back to work.
Here's Suzuki. And there's a strike. Swing and a miss.
Two good curveballs right there from Chad Gaudin after giving up the home run on the fastball. All right, you guys will jump on my first pitch here. I'm going to start pitching again here and keep my team right where it needs to be.
Popped up and out of play. When Godin was with the A's early in the season, on April 20th, he got his World Series ring, as did Eduardo Ramirez. The Yankees brought the rings out there. And now he's back with the Yankees and probably feels a little more comfortable wearing that ring.
And clean shaven.
And the 0-2 to Suzuki. Swung on and missed. He got him. But the A's get a run on the home run by Barton. No errors and nobody left at the end of 6.5. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Here at the stadium, Yankees lead the A's 9-3. But we'll stay right here and honor America in the Bronx.
Please rise and offer a moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the globe. Thank you. Now Patriots rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her
At Metro PCS, get the BlackBerry Curve 8530 smartphone with GPS, Wi-Fi, and no annual contract, plus a $50 mail-in rebate, and unlimited BlackBerry service for just $60 a month. Taxes and regulatory fees included. Metro PCS, wireless for all.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Fusion for $149 a month, just $149.
Gift to your Tri-State Ford dealer.
What would you do for a Klondike ice cream sandwich? That's right. We said sandwich.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
At Metro PCS, get the BlackBerry Curve 8530 smartphone with GPS, Wi-Fi, and no annual contract, plus a $50 mail-in rebate, and unlimited BlackBerry service for just $60 a month. Taxes and regulatory fees included. Metro PCS, wireless for all.
Hi, everyone. Bob Lorenz with your Tri-State Ford update. You know, Jose Bautista, the Jays having such a big season, you got to pitch him inside. Well, Jeff Neiman, top of the sixth, plunks him. How do you get your revenge? Off Lance Cormier. Bing! In one word, one swing. Bautista, his major league leading 43rd homer of the season, as he got a second at bat in that top of the sixth. That 3-run shot capped a 10-run top of the sixth. Jays now lead the Rays 13-3 bottom 8. And in Baltimore, it's the O's over the Red Sox 3-2 bottom of the 7th.
Well, thank you, Bob. So it could be a big day for the Yankees. They could gain on both the Rays and the Red Sox, but not on the Blue Jays. And, John, let me just check something. Did he say bing?
He just dropped a bing on us.
He said a bing.
Like it.
Wow.
Nice call, Bob Lorenz. Bob, back to work.
Also nice. He must be well rested. Bing. If a Yankee hits a home run next to it, should I throw a bing in there?
You can't do that. I mean, your call is a see ya.
Maybe a bing see ya. Verizon Wireless scoreboard. Yankees lead the A's 9-3. New catcher is Landon Powell. And the new shortstop is Steve Tollison. Tollison's going to bat third. Powell will bat ninth. And there's a base hit for Robinson Cano. Swisher swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. Pitch is high. The hit by Cano, the Yankees' 8th of the night, his first of the night. One thing I've always been amazed about with the Yankees, and it kind of started, I'd say, in '93 when Boggs was here, that no matter what the score is, they never change their approach and never just jump out of their shoes. Well, we got a big lead. They still work the count. Is it hard to have that kind of mindset?
Well, I don't think so. I think at this point in the season, you have a month left. You want to just keep what you're doing, keep your mechanics together all the way throughout the rest of the season, going into the postseason. You don't want to change too much and try to hit home runs when you're just a line drive hitter.
So Nick Swisher down on strikes.
It's a difference, though, Michael. You know, not giving away a major league at bat. You see a good slider down and pretty much middle from Bonzer. Good look at the swing on Yesmo. But, you know, those hitters that just don't give away at bats, you know, instead of going 1 for 4, they go 1 for 3 with a walk. I mean, at the end of the year, it's a big difference in your production.
Now, Tino says it matter-of-factly, but, I mean, there are teams that give away at bats if they're out of the game or even if they're leading by a lot. You see how they change things. But Posada puts a good swing on that one and lines it into right field for a base hit as Cano will move to third. So for Posada, it's his second hit in 3 at-bats. Hey, traveling this season, take the Yankees with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Yankees game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Yankees.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Now here's Marcus Timms. He's been red hot, and now he has a hat trick, which is not what he wants. He has struck out 3 times and certainly trying to avoid the golden sombrero.
Those 3 strikeouts all have been on the breaking ball down and away, sliders, curveballs.
Popped up. Landon Powell tosses away the mask and makes the play for the second out. And tries to double up Posada with a throw with Ellis backing in there. But Posada gets back.
Not quite sure what Jorge Posada was doing. A little fake of a tag. Almost got doubled up.
He's just playing the game. He's
might have been out.
Yeah, he might have been out there. Yeah. Every now and then you lose a little focus.
He's aggressive on the base paths tonight early on, right? Stretching a double into a triple. Now thinking about getting into scoring position. Easy, Jorge.
Check swing, but Granderson goes around.
Late in the season when it gets like this too, Michael, as far as giving away at bats goes, you had Nick Swisher up there hitting 298. You know, he wants to hit 300 for the year. It sort of becomes an individual type thing, and you're just trying to chase individual goals little by little if you can in situations like this.
That one gets past Powell, but they say that Granderson fouled it off. So Cano had raced home, but he's going to go back to third. Little cricket move there.
Good call by Doug Eddings, home plate umpire. On the bounce, I guess we got to give Eddings a little bit of credit. We really have not talked about him at all tonight with balls and strikes. Usually a good sign for an umpire.
Here's a Coors Light freeze cam. You can see the bat is on the ball, so it was a good call by Eddings.
Looks like a strike right down the middle right there. Doesn't it?
The 0-2.
But he has been good. Both sides. Both guys with sinker balls and curve balls and changeups. He's been right on tonight and giving both sides a fair shake.
The 0-2 inside. I want to get a chance to say hello and send out best wishes from all of us here. Yes, to Polly Tompkins, last year's honorary Batgirl. She's feeling a little under the weather, so we want you to hang in there and get back to the stadium as soon as you can, Polly. Sweet, sweet lady. And we send our love. The 1-2. Foul back. (9-3) Yankees lead. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. And that will do it. So Boog Bonser's done a nice job in relief. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. Let's go to the 8th. Yankees up 9-3.
A new chapter has been written at pinstripebible.com. Its all-new design, frequent daily updates, and enhanced user commenting system make it a must-read for every Bronx Bombers fan. Make yourself well-versed in everything Yankees at the new pinstripebible.com.
Network claims to offer 200 HD channels. Truth is, Dish counts dozens of channels that are high def only part of the time, and dozens more that are actually single movies. Come on, Dish, since when is one movie a channel? At DirecTV, if it's in HD and it's a full-time channel, then we count it as an HD channel. And right now, we have 160 of them. So don't be fooled by Dish Network. When you compare, DirecTV wins every time.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the AccuCheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Hey, tonight throughout the Yankee season on Yes, we're asking you to vote along with us for the Chevy Player of the Game. Text your vote to 58772 or vote online at yesnetwork.com. Tonight's candidates are number 1, Mark Teixeira, number 2, Nick Swisher, number 3, Brett Gardner, number 4, Curtis Granderson. Vote now, make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rates apply. Sometimes I feel upside down, Tino. What's the 70
Yeah, what's
for?
that all about?
I don't know. I have no idea. 70? She seems happy, and that's really all that counts.
Something about 70 with her.
We go to the 8th.
It's not triggering anything, you know.
No. I was 9 years old in 1970. That's about all it. Pitch to Cust is outside. And a strike, 1-1. Cust 0 for 2. You know, the A's have their starter, Vin Mazzaro. They have Jack Cust. And they also have Andrew Bailey. All 3 of them are from New Jersey. No other major league team has more than 1 Jersey native. How about that? Count 2-1.
It's incredible. I mean, you talk NBA basketball, NFL football.
Now we're talking scouting certain areas.
2-1. 2-2.
Pretty nice. So Jack had his parents out on the field the last couple of days watching batting practice. Have a hitting academy in Flemington, New Jersey, I believe it is.
How many Jersey guys are there in the booths around the major leagues, Michael?
Well, we have Leiter. That's about all I can tell you. Tom McCarthy of the Phillies is from New Jersey. And the 3-2. Rocketed. Right field, a base hit that's going to get past Swisher and go to the wall. Custard's going for 2, and he's going to get there with a leadoff double here in the 8th.
Again, Chad Godin, his job is to come in and throw strikes. Came right at Jack Cust. Fastball up, and he gets on top. Little top spin into the corner. Again, on Yesmo, you see the hands inside, the barrel finishes, nice extension. It's what he teaches at his hitting academy in Flemington right there. Knob to the ball, finish high.
You getting paid by Jack?
Not yet.
John has 2 sons, though. You think about sending them there. Maybe a little scholarship. Here's Kuzmanov. There's a strike.
Suns aren't thinking about baseball right now. They're right in the middle of football. Games coming up in a couple of weeks.
Brian still ferocious?
Brian is he's still having a good time, a little middle linebacker. But to tell you the truth, the August practices are starting to wear him down a little bit.
Really?
You know, he enjoys that game time on Sunday and practices building up. He doesn't have that end result right now, so he's getting a little tired. Man, Logan's a little wide out. Doesn't quite have the physicality of Brian.
Can I tell you what my son's doing right now in high school? He's a junior in high school.
Right.
He played basketball his first year in his freshman year and football. Then he played football and lacrosse last year. He loves lacrosse. So now he's addicted to lacrosse. He's a year-round lacrosse guy. Well, lacrosse at school doesn't start till December now. So he went out for the bowling team and he made the bowling team in high school.
Nice.
So Michael Kay was a 4-year letterman in bowling.
Popped up right field.
He came home first, second day of school and says, Dad, I'm going to try out for the bowling team. I said, great. You know how to bowl? He says, oh, I'm going to try. So he went out there and he made the team.
Now, you mentioned all these sports. You didn't say baseball. How come he doesn't play baseball?
He stopped playing baseball when he's about 13 years old.
I was going to ask Tino, too, because my Brian is 10, and he kind of had a rough year last year with baseball, and he's thinking about lacrosse.
Yeah, it's a great sport, especially up here in the Northeast. My son's played in tournaments at Rutgers University and a lot of tournaments around the country, and he loves it. It's a great sport, and he's pretty good at it. He's about 6'2", 220. I go, you're the 6'2", 220 bowler. But he's a great kid. I'm looking forward to the matches and learning a little bit about bowling.
Strikes are good.
Yeah.
Gutter balls are bad. That's pretty much what you need to know.
I think he likes the sports like I can't have a say-so. I can't teach him because I don't know anything about it.
Now here's the question. Who's watching your son back home?
The grandparents. My wife's parents are watching him and my younger daughter while we're up here.
Driven out to right field. Swisher is there for the second out. But he could probably get away with a lot more with you guys going.
Oh, absolutely. Your grandparents spoiled him to death. But I didn't want to bring his name up last night. We're talking about, my daughter going to school and whatnot, and he kept texting me, don't be afraid to tell him I'm a bowler. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Here's Larish. Looking for a bing right there, but swings and misses. And since there's so many Jersey guys on the A's, it would be a bada bing if he hits it out.
There's some things you don't even respond to.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Very quietly, Chad Godin's doing a nice job in this game. It's a good changeup or a split down and away, 2 in a row, back to Larish.
Hot shot, foul. Nice play by the ball boy. Do you see that Oakland Athletics ball boy who gave 5 straight foul balls to the same pretty girl? And then one of the relievers said, can the ball boy have your number? And they went out on a date.
Really?
Yeah.
Shoot. That's 5 baseballs.
He's playing it very cool, though. I don't think that happened there. The 0-2. And it gets away from Posada as Cuss moves to third. A wild pitch. Yeah, they were on a lot of the morning shows and things like that. Both of the the kid down the left field line in the McAfee Coliseum, or whatever they call it now. It's back to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum.
Yeah, if you'd made a trip out there, you'd know the name of it.
I watch the games. The 1-2. Grounded to short. Jeter's there. And he gets Larish. And that will do it. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. Tino's kids bowling. Johns are playing football.
At Amway Global, our positive outlook comes naturally. We harvest healthy plant ingredients from our own organic farms, ingredients found in our Nutrilite supplements, and offer more than 450 quality products, from planet-positive cleaners to botanically infused skincare. Positivity, powering the products, the people, and the businesses of Amway Global. To learn more, contact an Amway Global independent business owner.
What is performance? 0 to 60 or 60 to 0? Is performance about the joy of driving or the importance of surviving? To us, performance is not about doing one thing well. It is about doing everything well. Because in the end, everything matters. The best or nothing, that is what drives us. See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional offers on the C-Class.
Our front door, our backyard, our pastime, our heart and soul. Blimpie has been a part of America's tradition for over 40 years. Our subs are made with fresh baked breads, quality meats and cheeses sliced to order, with tasty toppings and delicious dressings you love so much. Taste the difference freshness makes. Yesterday's traditions are still today's. Blimpie, America's sub shop.
Nothing goes better with baseball than a fresh cup of coffee. Enjoy Green Mountain K-Cup coffee, brewed fresh every cup and delivered by WB Mason. For a great cup of coffee, who but WB Mason? We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's time to take a look at the Land Rover drive of the game. Why get a car when you can own a Land Rover?
Bottom of the 3rd inning, Nick Swisher on a 3-0 count gets the green light, and he takes advantage of it. Home run number 25, deep into the seats in right field. The Land Rover drive of the game.
A lot of changes for the A's. They did this yesterday. They're doing it again today. We'll try to get them to you as we move along. Here's Pena. There's a strike. Jeff Larish has moved from left to third. Matt Carson comes off the bench to play left. Davis moves from right to center. Crisp is out of the game. Gross takes over in right. Foul back. That one's driven to right field. Gross back on the track. He makes the play at the wall for the first out. So Pena, bidding for his first home run of the year, falls a bit short.
Booth Bonds are doing a good job, and he's got a little sigh of relief that he didn't give up a home run to Ramiro Pena. Does not have one this year.
Hits the Gardner's a strike. Joe Girardi is going to take Derek Jeter out of the game, not let him get to bat here in the 8th inning as he brings Austin Kearns on deck. So Derek's night is over. 0 for 3 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. Yankees lead 9-3. And if all the scores hold up right now in the top of the ninth, Toronto leads Tampa Bay 13-3. The Yankees will break a tie atop the American League East for the first time in 9 days. It's been tied 8 days in a row at the end of play, which is a major league record this time of year. 2-1. Popped up. Coming on is Larish for the first out. Check that, the second out.
Well, long relievers for both clubs doing a good job. Chad Godin for the Yankees, Boof Bonser for the A's. Nothing else, saving some of the relievers for the remaining couple of games for the Oakland A's.
Here's Austin Kearns. Those numbers combined with the Indians and the Yanks.
You also pick up your defensive teammates on both sides as well. When you struggle early in the game and a lot of pitches, a lot of walks, a lot of runs scored, you're standing around there so long and you're tight, and then all of a sudden you get from the 5th inning on there, you got a lot of zeros on the board, on and off the field, and it really picks up the pace of the game and really saves the legs of the infielders.
Count 1-1 on Kearns. Saw David Robertson up in the Yankee bullpen. Lance Berkman has been rehabbing the last couple of days at AA Trenton. He will come off the DL tomorrow when the rosters expand. He says his ankle is fine after tonight, and he also did something that big league players, when they rehab down in the minor leagues, they like to do. It's a great message to send to the kids. He brought the players a huge spread from Outback. A little bloomin' onion, that whole deal.
It's a big league move.
Those minor league players, they love that. Instead of getting their sandwich after the game, maybe a cup of soup, all of a sudden you have steak, chicken, some pasta maybe. They love when the big leaguers come down and rehab.
Remember when Michael Jordan played AA baseball, he bought a brand new bus for the Birmingham Barons. The 2-2. Grounded foul. You ever do a minor league rehab, Tino?
No, I never did.
Never did?
No.
John?
Fortunately, I never got hurt. I mean, I got hurt, tore my ACL one year. I was out for the year. John?
I did one in '98. Dislocated my thumb. Spent a couple of days at AAA Durham for the then Devil Rays.
Sprang for a little nice spread or what?
I did. I sprang for a little nice spread. Forget where it was. I mean, you tell the clubhouse guys, pretty simple. Hey, I want you to go out and get some food, cater it in for everybody, and you take care of it.
Swing and a miss. Kearns down on strike. So Boof Bonser does not give up a run in relief. We go to the 9th inning. Yankees are up by 6.
New Real Fruit smoothies from McCafe have taken center stage at McDonald's. Spun from real fruit in strawberry, banana, and wildberry. Experience the intense and spectacular burst of fruit starting at just $2.29. The simple joy of Real Fruit smoothies.
Hey, boys. The Umbrella Corporation feels safe. They're wrong.
On September 10th, witness the evolution of evil.
Girls gotta be prepared.
Every battle, every bullet, Every shot was made for 3D.
Why am I not surprised?
Resident Evil Afterlife in 3D. Rated R. In Real D 3D and IMAX 3D.
T.I.'s Axe One Night Only show in New York was awesome. Who takes the stage next? You gotta be there to find out. But only Axe has your tickets in. So go online and enter for your chance to win. Remember, it's one night only, so who you gonna bring?
Sunday. It's the return of Notre Dame football on Yes. Watch the replay of Saturday's game as the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame take on the Purdue Boilermakers. It all starts Sunday at 6, only on Yes.
Hey, don't miss the WB Mason postgame after the last out of this game to get a complete breakdown of Game 2 against the A's, plus a look at the playoff picture with highlights from around the league. It's all coming up after the final out, only on Yes. Bob Lorenz back in the studio, and Kimberly Jones will work the clubhouse. New pitcher for the Yankees, David Robertson. David Robertson did not pitch very well on Saturday evening in Chicago. Was not part of the group that worked the last couple of innings on Sunday. Rajay Davis hits one deep to center. One pitch, one out as Granderson runs it down. Robertson's been so good since a sluggish start, and that was a rare misstep on Saturday. Here's Landon Powell.
This will be another nice win for the Yankees if they can get the final 2 outs. Phil Hughes not entirely sharp, but in line to pick up his 16th win of the year. Yankees jump out to a big lead early and try to hold on.
Second highest win total in the American League, right after Sabathia's 18.
Does he have to be in that Cy Young conversation? ERA open.
I think the ERA might push him probably toward the bottom of the voting. No, he'll be in the top 10, I would think. Pretty good for a guy who had to make the rotation out of spring training. Robertson had 19 straight scoreless outings, and then he's allowed runs in back-to-back appearances, so they bring him in here in a 6-run lead, straighten himself out. How does a pitching coach, John, have the time to work with every reliever?
Well, you know, you watch Dave Island when the relievers or all the pitchers are throwing before batting practice, constantly walking around, reminding them of certain mechanics, and then you'll see him bring certain players to the bullpen to work on some drills out there. You know, maybe depending on who needs a little work or who needs to fine-tune the mechanics. It's tough for bullpen guys to throw out in the pen to work on something, knowing they might be pitching a couple hours later in a ball game.
That's right. Starters have throw days. The guys in the bullpen have to stay ready. Strike 3. Powell down looking. 91-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner. The Yankees are 1 out away from a win. Here is Gabe Gross, his first at bat. Veteran outfielder. Pitch outside. Coco Crisp in the leadoff spot was 0 for 2, or check that, 0 for 3 with a walk. It's been all Yankees since the first inning when they scored 3 runs. They had 3 in the first, 2 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and been 0 since. There's Coco. The A's answered with 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 7th, and that all adds up to 9-3 Yankees. And this should do it. And it does, as the Yankees win this game 9-3 as Teixeira touches up the bag. A 1-2-3 inning for David Robertson, and the Yankees have won the first 2 games of this series. Another big night for Mark Teixeira. 2 hits, a big home run, a run shot, his 30th of the year, and he's hit over 30 in the first 2 years of his Yankee career. Remember to stick around for the postgame show to find out who tonight's Chevy player of the game. Yankees now a high water mark of 32 games over 500, and if the Blue Jays hold their big lead against Tampa Bay, the Yankees will have a 1-game lead in the American League East. So a crowd of 44,575 watched the Yankees in this one. And it was all Yankees from the very start. So they win last night. They win tonight. Big reason for both of the wins. Mark Teixeira, and he's with Kimberly Jones. Kim?
He is a big reason for both wins, Michael. Mark, we are 2 hours from September. How much scoreboard watching are you doing, especially with the Rays game?
Yeah, you start watching a little bit, but at the same time, we have to take care of our own business. Because if we keep winning, it doesn't matter what else happens.
Help us understand this. How is it to be so locked in for 2 games, 5 for 6, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 5 runs, when you're coming off a bruised thumb?
Yeah, you know what? Anytime you have a little injury, it makes you concentrate a little bit more and makes you really want to swing at good pitches. That's what I've been doing, swinging at good pitches, and I've been getting some hits.
30 home runs sounds good, doesn't it?
It does. Every year it sounds good, and just blessed to stay healthy and put up some good numbers.
That consistency, though, has to be something you're proud of. Players who are that consistent, that's what they always talk about, right?
Definitely. I mean, every year it's an up and down roller coaster. You have, some good games, some bad games, but at the end of the season, 30 home runs is very important to me, and it just means that I'm helping out my team.
Sure are. Thank you so much, Mark.
Thanks, Kim.
Michael, we'll take it back to you.
All right, thank you, Kimberly, and thank you to Mark. Another big game, as Kim mentioned. 2 big games for Mark against the A's, and the Yankees have taken the first 2 games of this 4-game set. We come back with the play of the game and then the post game after that.
What if every ATM was free? No more $2, $3 fees. No more paying to access your own money. It'd be like every ATM in the world was your ATM. The Schwab Bank High Yield Investor Checking Account. 0 ATM fees, a great interest rate, no minimums. And it's FDIC insured. The Schwab Bank High Yield Investor Checking Account. The biggest thing in checking since checks. Open an account at 1-800-4-SCHWAB or schwab.com.
Jeter? The guy's got an edge.
Derek Jeter?
That guy's got an edge.
Oh, definitely an edge.
He's got an edge. Totally.
Porque tiene un edge. Jeter, you know he's got an edge.
He so has an edge.
He's got an edge, baby.
And I got it with this cool panoramic Vista roof.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Edge for $199 a month. Just $199.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Only at your Tri-State Ford dealer.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the AccuCheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Dish Network claims they have the same TV as DirecTV. Come on. When it comes to sports, it's not even close. Regardless of what they tell you, Dish Network refuses to carry MLB Network, Yes Network, MLB Extra Innings, and that's just baseball. So don't be fooled by Dish. Hands down, DirecTV has the most sports programming and exclusive packages you just can't get on cable or Dish Network. When you compare, DirecTV wins every time.
Yankees beat the Athletics 9-3 on a Tuesday night in New York. Let's take a look at the play of the game, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The play of the game is Mark Teixeira's 30th home run of the season. Continues to swing a hot bat, second year in a row, as the Yankees hit 30 home runs.
And 7th overall, and that's an important number for him. He talks about it. He just told Kim Jones that same thing. And at the end of the year, you want to be at 30. He could be at 40. Yankees win 9-3, 9-9-0, beating 3-6-1. Time of the game, a manageable 256. Hughes goes to 16-6. Mazzaro drops to 6-7. We told you about Teixeira, another home run for Swisher. And Posada was 2 for 3 with a triple, his 10th of his career. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz and Kimberly Jones. Special thanks to senior producer Bill Bowen, coordinating director John Moore, vice president of operations Ed Delaney, our supervising producer Woody Fryman, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. John J. Filippelli. Join us again tomorrow for Yankees baseball as the Bombers take on the Oakland A's from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. The coverage will begin at 6 p.m. right here on the Yes Network. Once again, the final score, the New York Yankees 9 and the Oakland Athletics 3. We'll be back from the booth with some final thoughts. That's in just a moment. But for now, let's go to Bob Lorenz, who is standing by in our Yes Network studios. Bob?
All right, thank you, Michael. Great to have you with us, as always, here on the WB Mason Yankees postgame as the Yankees win it 9-3 tonight. The offense getting after it for a second straight night in the series opener against the A's, scoring 11 runs, scoring 9 on 9 hits tonight. And 3 of those hits by the Yankees tonight left the ballpark because it was a big night. For Nick Swisher, starting things off, bottom of the third with the Yankees up 3-1. Green lighted on 3-0, and he doesn't disappoint. 2-run homer into the second deck. For Nick, his 25th of the year, makes it 5-1. Now let's go bottom 4. It's 5-2 Yankees. Curtis Granderson on a 3-1 pitch off Vin Mazzaro. Into the seats and right for the solo shot. For Granderson now, the counter's up to 15 on the year. It's 6-2. And then later in that 4th inning, Mark Teixeira, a blast to right off Mazzaro. The 3 home runs given up by the A's starter. This is a 3-run shot. Tex cashing in again. And in fact, you voted him your Chevy Player of the Game. You chose to honor Tex because with his 30th home run of the year, well, that came as part of his multi-hit effort tonight. Tex 2 for 3, that 3-run homer, and of course, a couple runs scored. Hey, let's take a look at some scores from around the majors. We know the Blue Jays, if we kept you track of that one with highlights throughout the night, waxing the Rays 13-5, a 7-run 6th. Really did it for the Blue Jays there. 13-5 the final. O's beat the Red Sox 5-2. White Sox over the Indians 4-3. And the Tigers over the Twins right now, top of the 7th inning. All right, I want to remind you that after this post-game show finishes up, keep it right here for the season premiere of This Week in Football presented by Geico. Gordon Damer and the gang gets you set for week 1 of the NFL season. And Gary Myers sits down for a one-on-one interview with the head coach of the Jets, Rex Ryan. It is the season premiere of TWIF, and it comes your way right after this post-game show only on Yes. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from the guys in the booth about tonight's game, get their thoughts. We'll hear from Kim Jones as she talks to the players and Joe Girardi. Plus, later on, we'll get you highlights of those games at the Trop and in Baltimore. Much more coming up on the postgame.
The Yankees postgame show on Yes is presented by WB Mason. For office supplies at amazingly low prices, who but WB Mason?
We keep losing our coffee customers at WB Mason.
It's a disturbing trend.
WB Mason, the Green Mountain coffee.
And lots of gourmet flavors.
And low prices.
Their everyday delivery, their one-cup brewing.
No waste, no mess.
Well, I know one company that'll never switch to WB Mason.
Never.
This company.
Right.
Come on, let's get a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee, gentlemen.
Oh, Mama.
Who but WB Mason?
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Can football announcer Andres Cantor make any sport exciting?
Ha sido una partida intensa hoy. Jadrowski está pensando. Veamos qué va a hacer. Moverá la reina, moverá el caballo. ¡Qué tensión! ¡Viene! ¡Gol!
3
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Weekends. Judge Napolitano is on the case, policing big government, exposing bureaucrats, safeguarding your rights.
The Constitution was written to limit the government. When politicians cross that line, I'll be there.
The judge is taking the toughest issues head on. Exclusive interviews, hard-hitting investigations. The one show delivering a message straight to DC's power players.
From Capitol happenings to Supreme Court surprises, we're in the middle of it all.
Freedom Watch with Judge Napolitano on Fox Business.
Pure liberty. No excuses.
Imagine yourself here in the beautiful Green Mountains of Vermont. A perfect place for the whole family or for those seeking adventure. Enter to win the Green Mountain Getaway at VermontVacation.com/playball for your opportunity to indulge. One grand prize winner will receive a 3-night stay at the Equinox Resort and Spa in Manchester, Vermont, plus a $500 gift card for the Manchester Designer Outlets. Serenity awaits you. Enter now at VermontVacation.com/playball.